Hello, hello, welcome back to Wheel of Games. Today we're going to be playing Frosthaven. So let's see. Last time we completed the Avalanche mission where we tried to go up the mountain and we were pushed back by some. I'm not sure if it was magically instigated, but an avalanche pushed us down the mountain. We had to fight our way back up. And in order to try to continue that mission series, we are going to need climbing gear to attempt the peak. And there's a boss waiting for us when we do it, but we can't go there yet. That even links to the next scenario right away. That sounds fun, but we need climbing gear first. And climbing gear is something we have to build in one of the end phases. So, yeah, we need hide for it, which is something that's currently in short supply. But a few minutes ago for me in real time, but in the last episode, we realized we could use inspiration in place of hides, and so we built a hunting lodge at the end of our last outpost phase. That should help us out a bit. So we completed that last time, went through the outpost phase. I'm going to start doing those in separate sort of add-ons. I'm going to put those in the Frosthaven playlist, but not the main Wheel of Games playlist, since it's more bookkeeping and stuff that only the Frosthaven, I think, people will be more interested in. So I'm going to split those out from now on. Now, what are we going to do today? Well, it's scenario time, and I'm not procrastinating, I'm doing side quests. Today we are going to be doing our first side quest, which was unlocked by a personal quest, a strong foundation. I believe this is our Boneshaper's personal quest to establish an Asther Outpost. We get to attempt mission number 65, a strong foundation. Now we're going to get right into that. We also leveled up to level 2 during our last episode. And I've still got the new cards off to the side. I'm going to have to choose the new hands with those, but I'll spare you the details for that. What is important is that we are going to do strong foundations as our scenario. And so, let's see. That just indicates it's a personal quest. I was looking to see if it had anything like we needed the boat or climbing gear or something, and it looks like no. We are free to do that. So, we're going to do our road event on our way out to it. Road events. It is still summer. Yeah, this is week 4 already. Feels like it's going by so fast. You know what? Was this plus always there? Does that just mark them? Well, ignore everything I've done on that sheet so far. You can just hit X's for it. Nice. Okay, active road event. The next one. If there was a landscape that told a story, it's this one. Let's focus on it. Heaps of rusted metal, dotted with punctures from crude long spears and skeletons of fallen algox, intertwine in a tapestry of carnage. You're picking carefully through the remains when you spot it. A robotic corpse with a still glowing chest. It looks as though its designer had attempted to make a savas out of metal, and the core powering it has remained charged long after its host passed. You pull the power core free and it hums in your hand, warm and pleasant. In a sea of death, this object beats on. So option A, if it was made for these automatons, it has harmful power, destroy it. Or keep the core, it may come in handy someday. I'm an option B all the way, I don't even have to think about it. Harmful power? Maybe it's not the tool that's evil. Okay. So you slip the core into your pocket. It makes you feel strong to carry it. Alive. Thump thump. You can hear it thrumming in your pocket. Now to decide what to use it for. So we gain our first campaign sticker. Charged core. And then this event is getting removed afterwards. So, charged core campaign sticker. Where are the campaign stickers? I've got to look this up. Maybe they're decals. I don't know, but I feel like... Oh wait, charged core? Really? Was that it? Charged core. Okay, they actually are little stickers. Hey, sticker. Okay, charged core. Nice. That's actually a little bit more easy to keep track of than the Gloomhaven ones were. So, excellent. We've got the charged core sticker, and we don't need to hold on to that. Okay, now we are ready. Let's see if I've got the server configured properly this time, and will it set up our stuff correctly. Let's see, we are level 2, so our level, well, divided by 2 and rounding up is still 1, so our scenario level is still going to be 1. We don't have to worry about that yet. Let us load in a strong foundation. Click. Come on, and it looks like, yep, it's spawning them in the app. Ooh, what's going on? We have frozen corpses, living bones, and snow imps. Well, we encountered the snow imps last time. This is our first encounter with living bones, and they've changed since the last time we hit. In Gloomhaven, they did not have a push effect. They had the shield and multi-target, but they didn't push with every attack. That's interesting. Interesting. And frozen corpses. They also have shields and a push effect, and the elite ones have retaliate. The snow imps have push too. This has to be something related to a scenario condition, because the imps did not have push last time. Okay, I think that's going to explain it. You know what, let's just get into that section book so we can figure out what the heck is going on. Scenario book. A strong foundation. Special design and writing credits. Our goals. When all enemies in it are dead, and since there's frozen corpses, we mean double dead. Okay. Introduction. Responding to an alarm bell, you peer over the main gate of Frosthaven to see a group of unfamiliar figures approaching through the night's freshly deposited snow. As you watch them, it dawns upon you that this group leaves no trace of their movements. No footprints in the snow. Asthers. You signal the gate open and descend to meet them. Greetings! 8 shimmering forms all move their mouths in unison, but a single voice appears in your mind. We have come to ask for your assistance. You wonder why this group of Asthers act and speak as one, and they explain as soon as the thought reaches your mind. When the betrayer brought about our dissolution, we were not strong enough to bring our forms back on our own, but through the strong bonds of our former life, we found each other in the vast emptiness and decided to meld, to become as one. Only by doing so did we bring ourselves back. We are not strong, the voice of 8 continues, not in the sense that others of our kind are, but if you help us, we will provide knowledge in return. You decide to help, and the figures immediately lighten their expressions. You have our thanks. We have located an old elemental array that will assist in keeping our forms anchored to this plane. We cannot recover it on our own, as lesser spirits and malevolent creatures infest the area. Voice of 8 leads you to the snowfields north of Frosthaven, where an unnatural fog rolls in, giving you the feeling that the air itself has been frozen. You continue forward. The Asthers quiet and always a few steps ahead. Before long, ruins appear on the edge of your limited vision. Some sort of protective structure. The cackling sound of impish creatures can be heard long before your eyes find them through the frozen fog. They throw small stones at the heads of large undead creatures, failing to get their attention. Your appearance, however, draws the attention of both. All monsters add push 1 to their attacks. If the scenario level is 4 or higher, it's actually push 2. So what do we have here? We have frozen corpses, ice wraiths, so those haven't appeared yet, but we're going to have them. Some snow doors, ice spikes. That looks like hazardous terrain. It's a orange color as opposed to the objective color of the yellow. Rubble, some difficult terrain. And ice and large ice. I think this is a new terrain type that I haven't run into before. This is a Frosthaven new thing. But ice as a type, you basically slide across it. And I'm going to read the description so we know how to deal with this. If any figure enters an icy terrain hex, except when teleporting, flying, or jumping, that figure is forced to move 1 additional hex without spending movement points in the same direction as the movement that caused them to enter the hex. This extra movement is unaffected by difficult terrain, but it will not occur if it would cause the figure to move through a wall line, or to enter a hex occupied by another figure, obstacle, or objective. If the movement causes the figure to enter another icy terrain hex, the effect triggers again. So when you enter the ice, you just immediately slide across in a straight line until you hit something, either a wall, a figure, an obstacle, or objective, something like that. It doesn't cost any more movement points, but you also can't choose not to do it. And there's 11 ice hexes. Well, I suppose the largest are double, so we're going to have 15 spaces of ice terrain on this map. We've got some regular obstacles, and there's a treasure chest and an objective. Glowing orb sounds like the thing that we want. And we do know that there are going to be 3 spaces on this map. It looks like we're starting in the leftmost of the 3. And our loot table, 8 coins. Ah, this one is full of hide. We should be able to stock up today. Hopefully cure our deficit. And plenty of... let's say, I don't recall what that combination does, but that's the snow thistle and some kind of arrow root. Can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure those are... I don't know what herbs would be bad at this point, because we've got so many combinations yet to find out. But great. That's a good loot table. So we've got some doors to go through. Now that we know that much, let's take another look at the map. Oh, interesting. We're going right to left. I misread which hex that was. Okay. We're starting on the right. So, yep, ice spikes. Oh, good. It gives us the hint. The little flame thing means hazardous terrain. And on this level, refer back to this, level 1, hazardous terrain deals 2 damage when you enter it. It doesn't repeat, I believe, like by remaining there for the next turn. It's just when you enter that space. And the icy hexes, yeah, without the hints, this would be impossible to tell that, by the way, this hex is outlined in blue. So we've got ice triangle pointing directly into some hazardous terrain. And all of the enemies push today, so today we're learning how to deal with ice. Now we can sort of learn what these creatures are a bit more accurately, because the push is a scenario effect. So really the frozen corpses have a shield, and the elites also have a retaliate. Much less threatening for a level 1. Well, this looks like it too. Is this actually scenario level 2? Maybe because it's in a solo mode, it bumped up their difficulties. So, yeah, because this has the 2 in there, so I guess we're actually at level 2 now. I'll trust it to know what to put in there. So, scenario level 2, I need to recalculate. Hazardous terrain is still damage 2, but the bonus experience at the end is going to be 8. Okay, and the gold conversion goes up to 3 instead of 2. Trap damage is 4. Okay, that's always there. We can refer to it as we need it. So yeah, the Living Bones, they have shield and multi-target. That matches Gloomhaven. The Imps, they cause Brittle, which doubles the next point of damage. They're going to be something we want to get rid of right away. So we spawn in on the right wall. We've got a corpse. Thankfully, they don't have a ton of health at this level. One annoying frozen corpse that's just going to slide right across when it tries to get to us. They're really slow, right? Yeah, movement of 1, maybe 2. The bones are fast. And the snow imps tend to have a long range, so we can assume they'll be doing ranged attacks. Okay, the frozen corpse that goes faster will be in the back. It's going to take him a couple of turns to reach us. The living bones will get to us pretty much right away unless we spawn in the back parts. And an imp over here, too. Okay. Whew. So now to our characters. I'm going to select our starting decks, and then we are going to... battle goals. I finally remembered before we even started for once. Okay, let's look at the Banner Spear. What have we got? Have 3 hit points or less. As Masochist. Or Mugger. Kill an enemy and loot its token in the same round. Some characters are better at that than others. We do have a loot card at least. An Assistant. Kill an enemy attacked by any of your allies earlier in the same round. The Banner Spear tends to work fairly quickly. So that's going to be a bit of a tough one to kick off. Masochist is going to be hard to really force to happen, and it's a bit dangerous. I feel like Mugger I can at least make happen. So we're going to pick Mugger. Mugger for our Banner Spear. Let's leave that off on the left side. Now for the Boneshaper, what have we got? Sadist, kill 5 or more enemies. Now last time we were trying to have that hero skeleton. That's going to be a real tough thing to try to replicate. We could try though. Kill 5 or more enemies, huh? Overachiever, kill an enemy and open a door in the same turn, either order. That's tougher than it sounds like, because the enemies are typically going to be coming towards you and away from doors. And killing something after you go through a door is tough, unless you're very specific. Like you've got a card that says kill or something. And Sleeper. have one or more cards in your hand each time you rest. I like to fully utilize hands, so I guess we're going to go with Sadist and try to kill 5 or more enemies. I don't know that one skeleton's going to manage to do it, but we're going to see if we can rack up kills with our Boneshaper today. Deathwalker. Dynamo. Kill an enemy with an attack that does at least 4 amounts of overkill, more than needed. Bully. Kill an enemy with 2 or more negative conditions. We've managed that before. Peacemonger. Never kill an enemy. That one gives you 2 checks, but I don't think we want it, strictly because the Deathwalker has some good, like, attack 5 or something. It's going to be difficult to just not kill an enemy at all without severely diminishing the Deathwalker's capabilities. Meanwhile, Dynamo, at least 4 more damage is tough to do on level 2. I guess, yeah, level 2. So we're going to be a bully. We do have a number of things that inflict negative conditions. So as long as 2 other people inflict those negative conditions, the Deathwalker can just sort of finish it off. So we've got our battle goals. And it's just left to right in our player order of 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to pick hands, and we'll come right back with round 1. Okay, here we are, getting ready for round 1. Let's go. Okay, standard practice for round 1 is to try to go as late as you can and let the monsters sort of come to you at the beginning. And let's see how that works. So, what are they doing? Well, first up, the living bones are doing something that they do a lot of the time, but it's going to end up messing with my plans. Is they're going to do 2 extra shield for a total of 3 shield, and they're going to heal themselves. That's one of the cards that makes the living bones a real pain to deal with. And this time, it's a pain because I was expecting it to come forward and attack me. Now, the Snow Imp has a range 3, attack of 1, and of course a push of 1 for the moment. And then Disha goes, and the Frozen Corpses have a movement of 1 or 2. And, yeah, they're nothing special. Let's see, so it's a push of 1 or 3, and then a push of 1. Just a weird thing. Okay, so I guess the corpses may have a push effect on their own, and then we've also got the push 1 effect on top of that. But it's an attack of 2 that's going to infuse frost. Okay. We can get through with the rest of this. So, the living bones going first. Well, just number 2 here, and number 1 there. Okay. So, they just apply some extra shield, and then they're done. The Snow Imps. We've got 7 down here, so it can move up to 2. Its range is only 3, but it can at least get close to close here. Yep, we're within range 3, so it gets to attack us. It's going to apply a push effect. Double checked. The party can still provide the direction of the push effect, so it's not going to say push me into the ice spikes. I guess if it had moved there, it could have pushed me into the ice spikes, but Snow Imp's not that smart. So, attack of 1. Okay, monster's first attack. There we go. And it's a critical hit for 2 damage. Suppose that's the best thing to hit with a critical on. Unless they somehow attack us for 0. And we get the brittle status. So our next point source of damage is going to be doubled. And that persists until we're healed or it activates. Okay, other one, 9 up here. It just needs to go forward 1 to be in range of the Boneshaper. Same thing, attack of 1, plus 1, so 2 damage up there, and also brittle status. Okay, and the imps are done. Oh right, the push effect. So our Banner Spear gets pushed back. They can't really push the Boneshaper to a further position, so no push there. And imps are done. Now Disha, the plan was to let the skeleton run up, and then I'd summon the banner behind me and use tip of the spear to get an attack in, a nice piercing attack in. But that doesn't look like it's going to work, so I've got to figure out if I can make anything else out of this. Maybe swap around to do the rallying cry? But nobody has moved close enough yet for us to really make anything out of that. I can't do like a basic move, say summon the banner behind me and hit both of them. That would have been nice, but no. And the Living Bones does have extra shields right now. Shield of 3, so I don't want to just run up and do a basic attack on this. Well, maybe I can run up and do a basic attack on the Snow Imp. After all, we can do just a move 4 and then a basic attack of 1 from the other card. Just ignore the whole banner plan for now. But I guess that was a bad plan anyway, because the bones would have pushed me back against the wall, and then I couldn't summon the banner behind me anyway. But yeah, maybe we can do our just basic attack if we get lucky at all. We might be able to take out one of the imps and just get rid of that stupid status issue for us. So, basic attack of 2 from player 1. No bonus. It's only got 1 health left. And that's it for Disha. Now, the frozen corpses, they move pretty slow. The elite one goes first, gets a movement of 2. They are at least smart enough to try to avoid the hazard spaces. And even though this one only moves 1, the icy terrain, it moves there and immediately slides forward, so it's like an extra movement point. And now Zane. Well, Zane's going first, but Fleabitten Shaw means he's always last in the priority for attacking, so this attack is going to go against the Boneshaper, and that's not good. Attack of 2, and it's going to push, so I guess Boneshaper's getting shoved back. But this could hurt. Oh, -2. Okay, so it's a 2. We get the -2, so the 0, it can't be doubled if there's nothing in the first place, so it didn't do any damage. The push still takes effect, though, so the Boneshaper has been shoved into the corner. And we infuse Frost. Now, Frost is not something that any of our direct characters can use at the moment. I guess that's something we want to try to deny the frozen corpses and the snow imps. I don't think the skeletons are going to care about the frost. That's it for the corpses. So now our remaining characters can go. Zane acts next, and we're going to activate Call to the Abyss. So we're going to be marking targets, and they're going to drop shadows. And we've got to move 3 and infuse darkness. So our Deathwalker can move forward, and if I go and help up against the living bones, we can do a nice configuration attack, formation attack. I forgot the word for a moment. We can set up formation attacks for the Banner Spear for next turn. Maybe we can take a shot at the living bones and the Banner Spear finishes it off, or reverse order. But they're gonna tag team down there. We've got Darkness for next turn all queued up. And Isone, we're going to be summoning our brand new Raging Corpse. We're going to see if we can get that mastery of 6 kills and it survives the entire scenario with our new friend. Also infuses Earth. So the Unearthed Horror. Yep, goes super late. And then I was hoping stuff was going to move closer into range, to range 2. So if stuff is close enough, we can... Yeah, they had a range 3. I was hoping it was going to be a range 2 or something. But we can either move 2, like I could move 2 and then spawn the corpse here, or I can just spawn the corpse directly in front of us. I guess at the moment, because we've got some worries with this whole brittle thing, we're just going to stay put. We're going to curse the frozen corpse, so the monster deck gets a curse shuffled in. And then we're bringing in a new... Let's see, which is it? Oh, I already moved him up. Raging Corpse. Okay, is summoned right in front of us. So that corpse has 6 health, but that can go really fast if attacks are being doubled thanks to Brittle from the Snow Imp. And also different from the Shambling Skeletons, doesn't cost hit points to summon, but it is lost when it's down. So we have to watch out for that. And of course, we didn't summon that skeleton this turn. And we are done. Done with Isone, and that's going to end our round. Okay. Nothing too awful happened in that front round. But those imps are a problem. Let's see if we can whittle them down in the next. We're back for round 2. Let's see what we've got in store. So what's come out? Okay, our fast people did manage to go first. That's good, hoping to get in front of them. Then the imps are coming in with a heal at range 3. That's a bit of an annoying thing, but remember when they are doing heal things, they still move as though they're doing a single target attack, so they're going to run up into range. So maybe our corpse might get a kill off of this. So they're healing. The frozen corpse is doing cold snap, and it wants to consume the frost to apply brittle. That sucks. So move of 2 or 3, attack of only 1, and that's got a bunch of push off of that. So the frozen corpses are very repellent. And the living bones, movement of 2, attack of 3 at 2 targets. So that's going to suck. Hopefully he's dead by then. And then Ison is bringing up the rear. So what does this actually look like? Well, Zane's going first. Let's just see what the battlefield looks like when we get there. So Zane, we were going to, chose 20 to put it right in front of something else. We don't actually have any shadows to move. Unfortunately, I had to use this card strictly for the fast speed to get in front of Disha. But what we are going to do is the Black Barrage. So we're going to consume the darkness that's there to get an extra attack and range. So attack 3 at range 5. And this attack is not actually going to the close ones, but it was meant to try to take out the Snow Imp all the way across the map there. And that's still a good plan. But I was now that the Raging Corpse is doing an attack of 3, maybe it could take out the Snow Imp instead. I don't want to be greedy. Let's just let those two fight. Okay, Snow Imp, we're going to shoot across the map. Attack 3 from our Deathwalker, who is player 3. Ooh, critical hit. That could have... if I'd attacked the Frozen Corpse, if only. But we have eliminated an Imp. It's dropped a loot. So, good shot there, Deathwalker. And Zane is done. We wanted to stay in place to set up a formation attack with Disha. So our Banner Spear has Unbreakable Wall. We're going to attack both of the people in front of the two of us. And then we can have one movement. Hopefully, if we're lucky, we can... let's see, I think the plan was to... Yeah, I'm unlikely to actually kill the living bones unless I get a critical hit here. That part's a little unfortunate. If I step back a space, I can pull the Snow Imp up next to us and prevent the living bones from hitting all of us. So I guess I'm going to end up doing that. We are still going to get hit by the Frozen Corpse, unfortunately. Which is then going to put us back in range of the living bones anyway. So I guess that's all just a bad idea. Trying to move first. Okay. Yeah, we're going to stick with the Unbreakable Wall first. So attack of 3 against each of those. I would like to have advantage against the living bones, so we are going to use the Spyglass. And I don't want to use the healing potion to get rid of the brittle status effect, but yeah, the rest of this is going to suck. So let's hit the Snow Imp first, just make sure it is dead. Yep. Okay, we got the Snow Imp. There's our formation, so in those 3 spaces. Now advantage against the living bones. Please get a critical. Oh, we got the critical hit! I really wasn't expecting that. So the 3 goes up to 6, we get through the shield and all of the damage. I thought I'd messed up again. So the pull effect isn't really important here, but the movement, yeah, don't know what I was planning to do with that. Really, I just wanted to move 1 space over. You would need a loot action to get the loot off of this obstacle because you can't stand there. But because we're ending our turn on the loot, we are going to complete Mugger, kill an enemy, and loot its token in the same round. Excellent. And what are we going to get once we end their turn? 1 lumber. Okay. And something that I mentioned I was going to start doing was all of the construction resources. We're just going to put it directly into the Frosthaven supply. I'm playing 1 player. I don't need to have... it's fewer things to juggle. So, Banner Spear, great job. Now, the Snow Imps are both dead. Excellent. So no enemy healing, though there's nothing left to heal. So the frozen corpses. The elite goes first. It has a movement of 2. No, wait, movement of 3. So it does its first space of movement, slides across the ice. Now, the Deathwalker, because of that flea-bitten shawl, is never the first priority if there's a tie. So it's coming after Disha, our banner spear. And it can easily make it. So this is an attack of only 1, but we do have some brittleness on us, so have to worry about that. Okay, monster attack. +0, okay. So 1 damage that gets doubled, and we would remove the brittle, but it goes away, and then they consume frost, so it's just going to get immediately reapplied. And let's see, we get pushed 1, and then we get pushed again. So we actually get pushed into the hazardous terrain. Let me double check the damage on that. It is, okay, it is still 2 at level 2, but that gets doubled up to 4. So the brittle is gone. But yeah, having a hazard in the corner sucks. Okay, so the elite corpse did some real trouble to us. And now the second one, frozen corpse, still an attack of 1. When the monsters consume an element, every frozen corpse gets the advantage of that. So this is also going to apply brittle to the raging corpse in front of it. Now, it's still an attack of 1, though. I guess it can push the corpse into the corner? Yeah. Okay, so attack of 1 from the monsters. +1. So we get 2 damage, and our raging corpse gets shoved. And now, where's the marker? It is brittle until we can get a heal in, hopefully. So it does its push. The rest of that, okay. We finished the frozen corpses. Now the living bones. Oh, there's one in the back. Okay, it has a movement of only 2. I guess they're smart enough to use the terrain to their advantage, because they would choose a path that ends in the closest space to one of us. The Deathwalker, since after that push is the closest thing, so we move 1, and then 2 slides up to there. Still not in range to perform our calculated strike. Got a kitty visitor. So we are safe from the living bones this turn, but it's going to be a problem starting soon. What's next? Ison. And first up is the Raging Corpse. So the corpse it's got new stats. I need to make sure that I'm tracking them properly. So we've got movement of 2, attack of 3. So really it's extra hit points and an extra point of attack is our benefit here. So we do get to move. Goes up because it is still dumb. And yeah, I forgot about the Warden robes. Then it still would have ended up being brittle, so we're just going to end up healing it later. Okay, attack of 3 against the frozen corpse. This is player 2. Let's get some rolling heals. Well, I will take +1s. That's 4 damage to the frozen corpse. Oh wait, 3 because it has a shield. No push effects, and the regular one does not have retaliate. Okay, that's it for our corpse's turn. Now, let's see. This one was a sort of a adaptive strategy for what our Boneshaper was going to do. Either heal 2, because I was pretty sure at least 1 imp was going down this round. It's just walking back and forth in front of the camera. So either heal self for 2, or consume the earth and heal an ally within range 3 for 4. I was worried about what might happen to the Raging Corpse, so I wanted to get it back up to full health. And if they're already in good shape, I could just self-heal, basically spawn another servant to get extra damage going on the board. But if I don't need the servant now, it's better to just save it for later, because they're all going to have to run across the map. And that can be a bit of a pain. Okay, brittle does get removed if the figure is healed. So, do I want to heal myself back up to full, and then summon a skeleton who could start doing stuff next turn? Or do I want to heal the Raging Corpse up to full, and then basically just move out of the corner, or just heal myself? I'm going to take the heal for myself, just because I really don't want that brittle in the way. Unlike poison, brittle doesn't prevent the healing, so we do get the 2 health, and then we spend it immediately to bring out our first summoned skeleton. And this is going to be able to reinforce our Raging Corpse, but we are going to want to get a heal on that as soon as possible, or get the Frozen Corpse just off the board. Okay, and I believe we get a experience for summoning it. Yep. And then we got the extra point of healing because someone else died. Okay, that's going to be it for Isone. And as Isone often brings up the end of the round, that's it for this round. Be right back with our next cards. Okay, we are ready, and let's go. Okay, the corpse is going first. Let's look at what's going on here. Freezing Embrace. Move of 2 or 3. Make brittle and immobilize at range 1. They're just running up and giving a big old immobilizing hug to someone. That is unfortunate based on what I'm trying to do today. Well, it's going to end up weird. Okay. And then Zane and Disha, I was trying to have them go fast again. And then the Living Bones is a hasty assault. Movement of 4, but a low attack. Attack of 1 against 2 targets. And, of course, the snow imps are gone, so Isone's bringing up the rear. So that's the plan for this round. Let's get it started. Frozen Corpse. Well, I mean, the Flea-Bitten Shawl only breaks ties, so it's going to brittle and immobilize our Deathwalker, which is... We'll see how this is interesting in a bit. So it doesn't attack, at least, it just stays there. And the other one, well, we're lucky it's not attacking the frozen, well, already frozen, but the Raging Corpse. It is immobilizing it. Okay, frozen corpses are done. Now to Zane's turn, and we'll find out why this was weird. I was trying to activate, whenever you would suffer damage, you may instead teleport to a hex with a shadow, remove the shadow, negate the damage, and discard this card. It's our shield, and it would allow us to teleport all the way over to there where there's this lovely loot token waiting for us. And in the meantime, Forceful Spirits, no darkness for us, but attack 2, range 2, 2 targets. That's the plan here. So I'm actually going to take a retaliate damage, and instead of taking that retaliate damage, I can just teleport across the map. But I'm not sure I want to actually do that. I may just want to take the 1 damage. See, teleporting, you did not show us your... Wait, oh, I did Isone instead of Zane. That's why I applied it to the wrong character. There we go. Yeah, Immobilize does not interfere with teleport, because teleport, you're not moving your feet. You're just... Well, we are going to perform the attacks. We've already activated our little teleport ability. So first up, we'll do the Living Bones, because that can't retaliate over to here. Attack of 2 does have a shield, so we're going to have to get past that. Plus 0, that's 1 damage at least to the Living Bones. Now, because we're adjacent, it's at disadvantage against the Frozen Corpse, who still has a shield. I guess I could elect just not to attack the Frozen Corpse. Ugh. So if I teleport over to there, I guess the Banner Spear is going to be the closest, even after we move. So yeah, let's do the attack, and instead of getting the retaliation, we're just going to teleport forward. Oh yes, and our Deathwalker did kill the Imp last turn, so got credit for that. So we are attacking with disadvantage. Well, we get the -1, so we don't get through the shield, and instead of taking the damage, because that would get doubled and that would suck, we're just going to immediately expend our thing, so we're going to teleport over to where that shadow is. The shadow goes away. Come on, there we go. There is still loot there, and at the end of the turn we're going to get that auto loot, but the shadow is off the board now. And we have a choice. We could mark either one of these for the shadow effect. You can only have 1 in play at a time, which is the hard part here. from the Call to the Abyss. So I've got to place my token on one of them, and when that one dies, let's just pick the Living Bones. It's got less health. It'll probably die a little bit faster. Maybe we can even mark the Frozen Corpse again for more shadows. So when that one dies, we get to put a shadow down. And that's it for the Deathwalker's turn. At the end of their turn, the Immobilize goes away. The Brittle stays around until they get healed. And that's funny. Oh, well, we'll see in a moment. What is our resource? Ooh, 2 coins. And now that the conversion rate is up to 3, we get 6 gold for our Deathwalker. There we go. And what's next? Nope, that was the end of their turn. Okay, now we find out what's funny is that Disha is... I swapped out cards because I needed a fast card. I was thinking I was going to use At All Costs, which was going to give us the free heal again. No, we are going to move 3, and we're going to use our boots for an extra point of movement. So movement of 4, and then heal someone and give them regenerate. And then we can heal someone for 2 and give them regenerate. So the movement over here is really just, we want to reinforce the Raging Corpse that is now immobilized. So we do the move of 4, we're going to heal the corpse for 1, which is going to get rid of its brittle, and we also get to apply regenerate to it, which, if it hasn't taken damage, will still be in place on its turn. And now we can heal someone for 2 and regenerate. That's going to be ourselves. We're probably going to take a point of damage, but maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, and that was Banner Spear Disha's turn. Now the Living Bones. It has some choices, but because of the Flea-Bitten Shawl, it's going to run up and attack the Banner Spear. So only needs 3 movement to get up there. It's an attack of 1. We're going to use our defensive, our armor, to give the attack disadvantage this time. So even though it's an attack of 1, I'd really like to hold on to that regenerate if I possibly can. We've still got a shield in reserve. Ooh, a -1. Well, we still need to do the disadvantage. Good, now they don't get that +1 on the next monster attack. So, 0 damage, we don't even need the shield. We are perfectly fine. Corpse doesn't hit us, and there's no space for them to push us into. So, we stay put. And the bones are done. Now, the zombie horde gets to go. Interestingly, because we moved up, the skeleton can't move anywhere at the moment. But corpse goes first, so gets the regen. And can't move, but does have an attack target. Attack 3 against the regular frozen corpse. Ooh, +1 again. So that's 4, but reduced down to 3 because of the shield. Raging Corpse is doing quite well, if only it can get the kills. And skeleton is stuck, so Immobilize is resolved, and Isone's turn. Let's see, we're not doing the looting thing, we're doing Eternal Torment, and then we're going to heal an ally for 5, does some damage to ourselves, and refreshes darkness. So let's take care of the ally first, because that ally is our Banner Spear. So we take 2 damage for that, but we got a pretty strong heal in the waiting around. And now Eternal Torment, we're going to curse the frozen corpse, and we're going to give our little friend an attack against it. So 1 more curse goes into the monster deck. And it's an attack 3 against the frozen corpse again, from our Raging Corpse. Frozen against Raging. Well, it didn't kill it, because 3 damage in the shield. It dealt 2 damage, so the corpse is still there, but we did get a new card that we added from our level up, which inflicts a curse on the monsters when it goes in. So they've got at least 3 curses in the monster deck now, which is good for us. And that's it, I believe, for Isone. We've resolved both halves. Darkness is fresh, so now it's time for us to end the round. Okay, and we'll be right back with the cards for the next round. Here we go, getting ready for the next round. Let's go. What have we got? Hey, everything's reversed. Our Boneshaper's going fast and everyone else is going slow. What are they doing? Frozen Corpse. Cold Snap again. So a small attack. There's no frost for them to consume this time, so it's just a little push is all they're doing today. Living Bones, standard, so movement of 3, attack of 2 against 2 targets. And of course, they can't really push us because we're already all grouped up in this little corner here. So the push isn't something I'm worried about. So let's see. Boneshaper and the Bones go first. Raging Corpse. Really, that regeneration doesn't mean anything anymore. It's already at full health. I suppose it could get rid of poison or wound. So we'll leave it there. Attack of 3 against the Frozen Corpse. Come on. +0. That's fine. That's good enough. 2 damage. Takes it out. Drops a loot. And let's see. What was I using to track it? We'll just put it down here. So we've got our first kill for that thing. And that's also our first kill for... we need 5 total for the Boneshaper. Excellent there. Summons always do a move and then attack action, so it doesn't get to move up and fill in the space. But that means the Shambling Skeleton does get to move forward. We've got some skeleton-on-skeleton violence coming up. Attack of 2 against the Living Bones. +0. That still does 1 point of damage. Good job, Shambling Skeleton. And now Stone's turn. So we're going to go straight back at it. Let's see. Heal ourselves for the number of minions +1. That is a total of 2 + 1 is 3 health for yourself. And then it was a movement of 3, which I'm going to take advantage of the ice there. So we're going to go 1, 2. We can move through our own allies and summons our allies. And then 3, we slide forward a space. So we're a little bit forward. I think the skeleton would get attacked before the Boneshaper. So not too afraid of the Frozen Corpse there. Finally somewhere for them to get pushed, though. And that's it for the Boneshaper. Now, the corpse comes up. So the Elite One has a movement of 3, then attack of 2. As I mentioned, the Shambling Skeleton is earlier in initiative than its summoner. So attack of 2 against the Shambling Skeleton. We do have... see, he's out of range of the Protective Wand, but we do have the Cloak to give a couple of shield if we need it. Attack of 2. +1, so that's 3. Yeah, we're definitely going to use the Cloak. I know the rules as written say that you have to use protective items anytime they would come up. I house rule it so that I can choose. Okay, 2 shield, and let's see, nope, yeah, the range is limited to 2 there. So we still take 1 point of damage, and we get shoved. Oh, the shove is only a distance of 1, so it can't actually push us past the Raging Corpse. You can be pushed through your allies, but not through your enemies, or the obstacles. So push of 1, the skeleton is still out front. And that's it for the corpse. Now the Bones. Bones has multi-attack, so attack of 2, it's going to attack both the Banner Spear and the skeleton here. With his attack of 2, push 1. Let's do the Shambling Skeleton first. Let's see if it survives, as it were. So, +0. So the attack of 2, let's see, you do not have any armor, so I believe our Shambling Skeleton is kicked off the board. We already used our... well, we're not going to drag it all the way out. Let's just... here's just the peanut gallery. Okay, now an attack of 2 against our Banner Spear. We've already used our armor, but we do have a potential for a shield. Ooh, -2. Excellent. No damage again. We have kept the regen for another turn. Feeling lucky today. Now, Zane the Deathwalker goes. What is this plan? Because I just forget it immediately. Okay, Anger of the Dead was range 2, attack of 2. And we can move up to 2 to try to get into that range. And I don't want to move into the ice spikes, so I messed myself up by putting the Boneshaper in that spot instead of... well, I couldn't move to this spot. So I guess I just messed that up. I don't have range to hit them, and I don't have any shadows to remove. Let's see, can I switch things around? No, I don't want to move a 2, move a 2. Nope. Okay, so we're just not attacking. We're just going to do a basic move of 2, and that's just going to be it. Let's start moving towards the next door. Sort of towards the next door, but we're also within range to maybe help. Okay, that's good enough for Deathwalker. We're done there. And Tisha goes. So, here's where the plan was to give everyone a little bit of heal and just get rid of all of the bitter cold brittleness that we've been picking up, and maybe get some looting in. Now, let's take a look at the battlefield before we lock that in. Because we take our own regeneration. Basically, we would take 1 damage to get 1 point of damage there, and we would get rid of the brittle. Honestly, at all costs, we haven't taken much damage. We've been getting lucky. So I think I'll skip that and just turn that into a basic attack of 2 against the living bones. It doesn't retaliate, and the raging corpse there is, we want it to get kills. So attack of 2, unlikely to kill it. Let's just take that, and then we can move 1, loot 1, and get the friendly little loot out of that. Okay, so basic attack of 2. With a -1, so we don't even get through the shield. Well, but we still get the move 1, loot 1, so we're going to get all the stuff on that space as we end our turn. What was there? 2 metal. For some reason I thought there were 2 loot things in that space. I was wrong. So 2 metal into the town's supply. Okay. Alright. And that's going to end this round. So we'll be right back with our choices for the next round. Here we go. Next round. Oh, we managed to beat them. We don't have a lot of cards left. We're going to have to rest soon, but we are in front of them. Skeletons, living bones, nothing special. Well, that's a new one for the frozen corpse. So movement of 1, but if there is fire, they get extra movement. Interesting. Thawed strike. So if there's fire, they've thawed and moved faster. That's cute. If the element is consumed by the frozen corpse during the move ability, it suffers 2 damage. Oof, and then attack 4, push 1, so it woke up for a second. That's, not fun. Okay. Good thing I'm hoping it's either dead or immobilized or something by then. Probably not dead, it's got a lot of health. Eek. Okay, but first up is Asone, and that means the Raging Corpse. So it moves up, right next to our living bones, and attacks it for 3 yet again. Come on, let's get a plus. Finish this off. Ah, that's not what I said. Okay, so reduced to 2, it only deals 1 damage to our marked living bones here. Unfortunate. Now, Asone themselves is summoning Angry Spirits, and the other one was just planned to be a basic move of 2. So, spirits are sticking around. We've got another summon that's going to be hanging out with us. I like the Wraith. The Wraith actually flies, so it ignores the hazardous terrain. We could just summon it right on top, and that wouldn't be a problem. It would actually prevent people from getting pushed onto the ice later. So that's exactly where I'm going to put it. It flies, so it's going to ignore the ice, it's going to ignore the ice spikes, and it can also just sit there and just lob stuff at the frozen corpse until it's done. And then our movement of 2, if you move onto the large ice packs, you're gonna get into a lot of trouble. So we'll just move 2 and end up basically towards the door. And that way anyone who's not attacking can start to move up after the Boneshaper. And that's it for Asone. Now next up is Zane. Zane has a movement of 4 and also has a heal of 2 set up. We're probably going to... Yeah, the heal is just meant to get rid of the brittle. It doesn't have to heal any damage for that. And then 4, I suppose I could open the door, but that'd be a bit dangerous as the only one anywhere near, everyone would just attack you right up. So we're going to prepare, probably do a round of resting, and then maybe these 2 can open the door and pull back and sort of just pull stuff in towards us where we're stronger. Maybe even if they get in our way, we can just start pushing things using, say, Unbreakable Wall. Shove them away into the ice spikes and enjoy some of that free damage. But we're stopping there. Zane's done. Now, Disha. Disha, we've got Resolved Courage here. So we're going to get that Immobilize in. I suppose a wound would not be a bad idea. Now that I know that the Frozen Corpse is going to have a nasty attack in place, I wish I could substitute myself in place for it, but bottom of that is useless, so I'm going to stick with it. Resolved Courage, 1 XP, and I can move so that I'm in the right position for this strike. Let's see. Oh, no, we've already got a corpse behind us. Ah, yeah. I think I set this up before the Raging Corpse went, assuming that Disha was going to go first, because then I could hit both of them. Let's see, if I move and the ice is just going to take me out of the way. I think I've got to do the Combined Strike just to get the Living Bones out of the picture. These are my last 2 cards, so I didn't have much of a choice for other things. But without an ally behind us, I can't hit both of them with an attack of 3. That part is unfortunate. So, not that, but instead we can still combined effort, so we still get that experience, and hey, just add 1 to the next attack ability performed by you or an adjacent ally. So it's going to be an attack of 4 with Wound that's going to be against the skeleton who's between us. Okay, attack of 4, ooh, even with the +1. So that skeleton is defeated. We're not going to get a point of kill credit for the Boneshaper on this one, but that is going to drop a shadow in the space. So, not too bad. And that means the Raging Corpse shouldn't get attacked this turn. We can tank it with the Banner Spear. And we have a movement of 2 with a... then all allies within 2 can move 2. But I don't want the corpse to move up. The trick is I still want to end up next to the corpse, but I want to be on this side of it. So I can move 1, and then 2, and then I can give our Boneshaper a movement of 2. Yeah, the Wraith isn't going to choose to move, so we're just going to let the Boneshaper move up to that next door as well. They're prepared to try to do something over there. So that was it for the Banner Spear. Oh no, we can't do that. Shoot. I can't even move at all. Let me, gotta put that back. I took the extra point of damage onto my attack. I don't get the basic move. Again, it's an easy thing to forget. Try to use the top and bottom of the same card. It shows that's a really good card. Okay, Disha done, and now the Frozen Corpse gets to act. And there's 1 person to attack. There is no flame, so just attack of 4 and push 1. We do at least have our shield, but that's about it. Come on, this is a good time for a curse. Or a miss. I'll take a miss. Miss is better than a curse, because the miss stays in their deck. We do still get pushed 1, though, but that's okay. Thank you, Frozen Corpse. That was an excellent time for that. And that's going to end the next round. So at least 2 of our characters have to rest now. We could have our... just let the Boneshaper, say, open the door with a basic move and then spawn a skeleton in front, just to see what's through the door. I don't think that's a good idea. I suppose I could just move... I could just summon the skeleton and let it sit there for a turn. Yeah, and then long rest a turn after everyone else. So anyway, we've got 2 long rests, and I guess... can't guess what's coming up next for the Boneshaper. We'll be right back. We'll still treat it as a regular round. Here we go for the Boneshaper's round. What do we have? 2 people at 99, 83. Oh, another Thawed Strike? That feels like that's their best card. Shouldn't that, like, trigger a shuffle or something? Maybe they've got 2. I didn't track the initiative. Okay, well, it can move 1, so who will it target? I think the Raging Corpse, because that's the earliest in the tied initiatives of everyone who can go here. Unfortunately, not Disha. So if he gets really lucky, he might be able to take out our corpse. That would suck. Let's hope they don't get lucky. Okay, attack of 4. No, I willed it into existence accidentally. Now there's nothing else we can do. Can you lose? Well, we have no cards to lose. We'd have to like lose 2 cards out of the discard to keep them around. This sucks, but that's probably not worth it. I can't think of any way to keep the horror around, because that's 4 damage plus 2. That's just straight up one-shotting a 6 hit point summon. Okay, I tried looking for a way to possibly save him. I can't even lose cards to protect him, because that can only be done by characters, and I don't think that applies to summons. So a Raging Corpse will not be appearing again during this particular mission, because that is a loss card. So when destroyed, it just goes straight out. Everyone else moves up a space. So that sucked. Lucky Frozen Corpse. Guess we're not doing that one today. And that's it for the corpse. So Ison goes. And now the Wraith is the first in the order, so makes an attack of 1. He's got shield 1, but at least the Retaliate doesn't hit range. Okay, so attack of 1. Hey, +1. We'll just very slowly whittle down that Frozen Corpse. Now Ison goes. So we're just going to move back by a couple spaces and summon a skeleton in front of us. So we don't actually have to move back very far, but the goal is to have a skeleton in front of us, and then we're going to rest on the next round. So we'll just move to there, and we get... Might as well get the first skeleton back again. Where did he go? Oh, because I didn't move him that far, that's why. Yep, and then we're just going to long rest the following round. So our Deathwalker can just move up, get back a little bit, and let them come at us, and the skeleton will take any ancillary damage that makes it through. So we're done for Ison, and now we just have to resolve the 2 long rests, lose a card, and we'll be back up and ready for the next round. Here we go, next round, start. Okay, Disha Zane, the Frozen Corpse, nothing special. So move of 2, attack of 3, push, and getting us some fresh frost. Ison, Boneshaper is resting. Oh, I can show that, but not much to worry about this time. So Disha is first, and I needed to go fast so that I could get our reinforcement onto the field. Hey, we're bringing in our guy. We still need a name for him. We also still need a name for the ship. But we're going to put him behind us and get an attack in on the guy in front of us. So where is our dude? There's our reinforcements. And let's make this an attack with advantage. I really need to catch up to the ones in front of us. So reinforcement comes in behind us. And is going to allow us to make an attack in front. So attack 3, immobilizing with advantage. Oof, well, we dodged the -2 at least. So 3, but there's a shield, drops it down to 2, and we take a retribution, which means no more regen. Okay, but our friend is at least immobilized, so won't be able to attack anyone else nearby. And that is it for Disha. Now Zane is going to pop open the next room. We're going to find out what's going on. So we've got our movement of 3, and then we're going to jump back and put some Shadow Hex traps in front of us. And both of these are going to create some darkness. So let's go. First step, into the door. So read section 142.2. We've got some imps in the back, and elite living bones. Those can be trouble. And a regular frozen corpse. Frozen corpses are just a big bunch of hit points with shields. And the living bones is a big bunch of hit points with shields and a decent attack. Okay, so let's also see what popped into the field here. So the Snow Imp, Dark Charm, movement, It wants to do an attack at range of up to 3, so we really want to be out of that range. So they can move... Let's see. No, there are some elites there. Can move all the way up to 3. 1, 2, 3. And range 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need to get back out of that door. Because they're going to be brittle and cursing, and they're going to transform anything... consume anything to make them extra targets. Well, we don't want that to happen. And Frenzied Stabs. Movement of 4, attack 3, up to 3 targets. Oh, but 1 enemy with all 3 attacks. So that's 3 attacks of 3 against 1 target if they can reach. I may need to move farther back than I thought to get out of the range of this. Because Living Bones can go 1, 2, 3, 4, can reach the Shambling Skeleton. I think we may have to cross that one off. But my plan was to move back to here and put shadows all over the doorway. But that's Living Bones is going to reach us and then attack us with plenty to kill us. Wow, that bone sucks. So instead, I'm going to reroute my turn. Yeah, all that stuff I was doing, and I left that up. This Living Bones can get all the way into this room, so I cannot hide there like I had planned. Because they're still going to choose me as the target, and then get right up in our business. Although it does have a push, so only the first attack is actually going to go off. That's an interesting wrinkle here. Because the first attack of... really, it's only 1 attack of 3 that we're going to get hit with. So maybe I can save the Shambling Skeleton, so it will survive for a turn, maybe tank starting next round. If I just move back to here, yeah, I'll take a damage, but I'll only get pushed back a little bit. And then I can put shadows further into the room. It sucks, but okay. Oh, and as soon as I opened a door, all the hit points went weird again. That's just a weird random bug. Okay, so we move back to 3. Now we get to use Eclipse, a lost card, and we are putting 3 shadows into that room. I need more shadows. There we go. Make 1, and I can just make some copies. So within range 3. Now I can just 1 at a time. So 1, 2, 3. I suppose I do need to have line of sight to it, so I need to be able to see it through the door. But yeah, I can at least see that half of the tile. So I can put 1 there, I can put 1 there. That's too far. I don't think I can see that, so the last one goes... I mean, why not into the door? I know that the bones are coming right there, so I might as well lay a trap for them. I'm putting a trap there. Okay, there's my 3 spaces of eclipses. Okay, and do I get experience from that? Strangely, no. Seems like it should, but no. Okay, Zane is done. Now our pesky imps are going to come in. So movement of up to 3. 1, 2, 3. We are just out of range of the 3, so we should be safe from all of them at that rate. The regular one only gets to fly up by 2. Yep, they can ignore the ice because they are flying. They can also stop over obstacles because they are flying. And they are done. Because they didn't get to attack, they don't get to consume the element we created. Okay, there's actually still 2 corpses. The one in the back gets to do nothing special first. So attack of 2, and it's got a push of up to 4. It's just going to shove us into the corner. Okay, attack of 2 against our banner spear. -1. Ooh. You know what? I'll take 1 damage. I've already lost my regen. I'd rather save the shield for protecting regen at some point, I guess. Okay, and then we are pushed back as far as we can be. That's it for that one. Now the other one has a movement of just 1 space. Yeah, the rendering doesn't like the overlap on those 2 tiles very much. But it has no range, so it's done. They did infuse cold, though, which might be a problem. They're done. Now the Living Bones goes. It has its movement of 4, so 1, 2, 3. It would choose to go to the one... Oh! Right. Because of the flea-bitten shawl, it's never going to choose them because they are tied in range. Although they're both at 99. So do I win the tie of 99s? Because they're already treated as 99, but Isoun is also at 99. I think in this case I get to choose because it's ambiguous. They all have initiative 99. I would rather take a single attack to someone who can survive it and save the skeleton for a round. So this is an attack of 3, and after it resolves, let's see, just checking, yeah, our teleport thing got used up. So attack of 3, come on, curse. Hey, -1 isn't bad. So we take 2 damage, and we are pushed back, and now the target one enemy with all attacks doesn't matter because of the push. The push actually helps us negate the skeleton's strongest attack, which is a lucky, happy coincidence. Okay, that's it for... There's only the one skeleton, right? Yeah. Killed the other ones. Now, Isoun, the remaining familiars get to attack, so Wraith, attack of 1 against that frozen corpse. Yes, of course. And now the skeleton does still get to attack. Moves up 1, attacks the living bones with an attack of 2. Ooh, hey, our Boneshaper gets a heal of 1. And keep going. Okay, so it only has a armor of 1, so we dealt the damage, and we've given the monsters yet another curse that gets shuffled into their deck. Yeah, they've got 4 curses in there now. Okay, and now we get to resolve the rest for the Boneshaper, which we will do, and we'll come back with the next round in just a moment. Here we go, time for our next round. Let's see, oh, Fast Bones and Drain Life. I don't remember that ability, must be a new one to Frosthaven. Movement of 2, attack 3 against 3 targets, heal itself for 2. That's a pain. Okay, the imps are doing a Rotten Sting, movement, and then an attack of 0 that's gonna brittle, push, and poison at range 3, and consumes for extra targets. So it's just inflicting some nasty statuses. And Thawed Strike again. Why do they get the strongest thing? I need to just make some fire, because that one keeps coming up. Okay, but at least they're going last, so I think I've got a cure for that. So Zane gets to go first. And it's not quite how I had planned for this, but all enemies occupying a hex with a shadow get wounded. And for the rest of this round, whenever an enemy enters a hex with a shadow, they become wounded. So hopefully some of those imps maybe are going to cross over it. That frozen corpse. Anything. I just need a break. So that's going to stick around for a turn. And then move 3 onto a space with a shadow and attack 3. And in a space. Ah. Well, that's not going to work how I planned. Can I alter that? Like just a basic move 2 and then attack 2 at that range? I mean, I could turn that into a really good attack by getting rid of all of the shadows. I had a different memory of the way the battlefield looked than how it actually turned out. Okay, move 2. I have to stay within range 3 of these shadows. Those imps don't need to get close enough, so it's not worth doing the whole wound thing. I'd wound both of the guys with more hit points, so they won't stick around like this pesky guy has. But I'd rather eliminate this living bones, because he's really nasty. Okay, so I just need to be within range 3. So I guess I'll just move to here. And so basic move. Now I can remove the shadow under him and the one that was to the side. So we got 2 shadows out of the way. We are also marking him. And now, after all of that, Anger of the Dead, we got 2 charges. So it's an attack of 4 with Pierce 2 at range up to 4 and 2 experience. So that's not sticking around. Attack of 4. Do we have our spyglass? We do. We can get advantage on this. Nope, that's melee only. Okay, attack of 4. Great. And a +1. Okay, so 5. This isn't bad. We did 5 damage and we got Pierce on it. So we've reduced the living bones down to only 1 hit point. That's nice. If our Boneshaper can finish it off, we're still trying to get that sadist. Okay, Zane is done, but we didn't quite kill him, so he is going to get to drain the life out of the skeleton. Oh, and it heals itself for 2. I hate these living bones. They're so nasty. Okay, attack of 3 against the skeleton. And he's going to push it back, way out of the way. I suppose we can have it just pushed to there instead. Okay, attack of 3. Come on, curse. Okay, well, we did get our Warden's Robes back, so we can reduce the damage by 2. So we've taken 1 damage, and we can let it only get pushed to there if it doesn't go across the ice. Okay, and then he does his heal. Living Bones done. Now Isone and the shambling not quite hordes get to go. So Wraith gets its free attack on the frozen corpse. Ooh, critical hit. So 2 damage reduced down to 1. And the skeleton gets to go. Gets right up in Living Bones' face again. Attack of 2. +1. Okay, so we dealt 2 damage again. But because he healed himself, it's not dead. Not really any other way I could really play that. You do have your stamina potion. I gotta remember that. We can get a level 1 card back. Okay, Isone themselves. Okay, the plan is Eternal Torment. Grant one of your summons adjacent to the target a curse ability, so our skeleton is going to get another attack here, and we're also cursing the monsters yet again. They have 5 curses in the deck. They should start coming out soon. So we get an attack 2, and we're going to do that first, because that may give us... I guess we don't need the healing anymore. Whatever, attack of 2. Let's go. Oh, we got extra healing anyway. Extra healing. Okay, so it's an attack of 2. 1 gets past the shield, and... Ooh, so we marked it, so we get to put a shadow there. We've got a shadow. And we also have another marker for... We got a kill from the Boneshaper. Summons pass their kill credit to their summoner. Okay, good job, Boneshaper. Got that pesky guy out of the way. And now, we could just do a basic move, because the long rest got rid of the rest of the damage, and I thought we were going to take some more. But where do I want to move that's out of the way of all these dang imps? I want to just keep summoning skeletons and just put them onto the battlefield. You know what? Let's move over... Yeah, over to there. The skeleton is a closer target, and we can use our slippers to get the loot. We have slippers where we can end of turn loot a space next to us instead of our own space. So, what do we pick up? 1 arrow vine. That's the name of the vine. And this one does go specifically to the Boneshaper. Yep. I did finally find the, yeah, there's the guide. The guide for what each of the different plants is. Arrow vine is the one that's pointing up, with a batch of arrows. Okay, back to the battlefield. Boneshaper done. Disha is up next, along with the reinforcement. The reinforcement acts first. So, we want to set up a rallying cry maneuver, so we get a move of 2, then allies in range also get a move of 2, and we're going to try to disarm it so it can't do that thawing strike against us. So we need to end up in 2 sort of diagonal positions around it. So I can have him move first, we can move to there, but then he can't get to an appropriate position on the other side. So the reinforcement has to move, then we can move by 1, and the reinforcement has a movement of 2, can basically just sit on top of the loot and the shadow over there. And that's going to work out. We are in the right positions to perform the rallying cry, so we're going to get our experience. Attack of 3, that disarms, so it's not going to get to attack this turn. It still has its shield. Okay, here we go. And we missed. It still gets disarmed, even with a miss. But we are going to take our point of retaliation damage. That's pretty much automatic unless it's stunned. And let's apply that disarm, which will go away at the end of his turn. So at least we're not getting hit by that this turn. And that's going to do it for Disha. And the reinforcements just having a lot of trouble with this corpse. Maybe I should just leave it behind. Like, if I can inflict a wound on it, and then just run away and just let it die over the course of 7 turns, because I don't think it's going to heal itself. That's probably a better solution at this point. So, Disha is done. Now we've got all the imps and enemies left. So it's trying to do a range 3. The elite actually is already within range 3, and it can just barely see. I can see half through the door space. So it gets to do its attack. Attack of 0, it's going to brittle. Yeah, Living Bones number 1 is going to have a awful time here. So brittle. The push might save it, actually. Does it have double brittle on that? Looking in there. Yeah, it's got brittle, and then it has an extra brittle from the... Oh, that's cute. So other imps besides the frozen imps can cause brittle. That's how you get a card like that. So brittle, poison, and push. If it's going to get poisoned as well. I suppose I should wait and see if it actually survives this first, but it's an attack of 0. Okay, so I need to draw a monster card. I'll bet now we get the curse. No, +1. Okay, so it takes 1 point of damage. This is before the brittle or the poison take effect, and it gets pushed. Well, it's still there to block, to attract enemies, so I'm gonna just leave it right where it is. Now. What do we have next? Okay, the rest of the imps get to go. So they want to have range of 3. How much movement do they have? The regulars only have 2. But move of 1, then 2. Yeah, it can get within range. So it's poisoned, and after that it's brittle. But at least it attacks that and not the Boneshaper. They can consume any element, and they have them. We're going to make them just get rid of that ice for us. So 2 targets, it's going to attack the skeleton and the Boneshaper anyway. Skeleton first. +0, so the poison is going to turn that into a 1. I'm going to use the scepter, the protective scepter from the Deathwalker. That protects us from a damage. That protects us from the one that the poison would have given us, and that prevents the brittle from going off. So we're safe from that one. Now it's the same attack of 0. Let's see, it also pushes. It still pushes, so the skeleton's getting further away, funnily enough. And now it's going to attack the Boneshaper, who's also going to suffer from all these statuses in just a moment. Okay, +0. So we are brittle, poisoned, and pushed. Brittle, poisoned. We didn't take any damage from that attack, at least, and now we're a space further back. Okay, that's going to do it for the first one. Oh, it's actually a push of 2. Ah, okay. Yeah, the extra one comes from the scenario. There's 1 on the card itself. Okay, that's it for 5. Now 7 here can move up by 2, but there's no targets. 8 can move up pretty much only by 1 space. Even if they moved over, they couldn't reach. So no more attacks. The imps are done. Yeah, Rotten Sting, that certainly sucks. Their stinger reaches 3 spaces? That's a long stinger. I guess that is a really long tail. Okay, we get our Thawed Strikes now. So the elite is disarmed, doesn't get to do it. And if there was fire, they could take some damage for us, but there isn't. So he's done, no attack. And the other one, oh, the regular guys don't have a movement point at all, so we can only strike someone already next to him. So we are safe from the regular frozen corpse. And that's going to do it for this round. That was a bit of a tougher round. All these dang imps are a bit of a problem. If only I could do stuff with them. To them with all these shadows. But we'll see. Ending that round, time to pick our next cards. Here we go. Time to start the next round. What have we got? We got the first two. Dark Charm. Those pesky imps are doing more status stuff. Attack of 0. Brittle. Push and curse this time. And they also want to consume statuses for extra targets again. Or elements. And nothing special for those frozen corpses. Just a movement and an attack of 2 and a whole bunch of push. And Fresh Frost. And then Isone and the Shambling Horde. Okay, first up, we've got Zane. So, the plan here, I realized I'm going to have some darkness. If I consume it, the imps don't have anything. And I can move a shadow up to 4 hexes, and if it ends in the same hex as an enemy, it just suffers 3 damage, no defense, shields ignored. Remove that shield and gain an experience. Well, that's simply an execution for at least one of these regular imps. So I'm going to just take out one of them. Let's make them move, earn it. So we get to kill one snow imp. Just, oh, I should leave it in place so that when it dies, we need it to drop the loot. Here we go. So Shadow did its job. We get an experience. And the other one, we're consuming the darkness. So we've got an attack of 3 at range 5 for another experience. Let's see, do we still have our advantage? No, we used our scope. So attack 3 at range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could try to take out the snow imp. It doesn't have any shield. And those imps are just such a pain. The frozen corpse is annoying, but the imps are doing all this status stuff to us. So I can reach it from here. I can see it through that doorway. I'm just going to hit it with our attack of 3. Maybe I can get lucky. Let's go. So player 3. -1. Well, 2 damage. Now it's in danger from that other card, but we're not going to get it back until a rest. And we don't get to move because bottom half was used, at least killing one imp. So not too bad. Yeah, we're not getting a ton of negative conditions on the board. We may not get that one. If only you were our enemy. Okay, Zane is done. Now Disha and the reinforcement. So our plan here is to use the meat grinder. We just have to have the enemy between the two of us, 4 damage and a wound. And we can either move 2 with the basic or 1 with a pulling effect. So I think basic move is the best idea here. Reinforcement goes first, where we're just going to rotate around the frozen corpse. It would keep going, but it hits the wraith and stops. It did protect us from that terrain after all. And we'll just use the basic move for our friendly banner spear. And now the enemy is in between us, so we get our attack of 4. So here we go. Do we have our advantage? Nope, we used it. We keep trying to use it. Okay, -1 again. Okay, so it's reduced to 3. Only 2 get through the shield. We take retaliate, but this corpse is finally wounded. The loot deck's in the way over here. There we go. Okay, so at the very least, it's going to start ticking down. We can just run away from it and let it die on its own now. I've seen nothing that would get it to heal those things. Unless an imp somehow did it. Please don't do that, imps. Okay, so Disha is... No, wrong key. Disha is done, and... lumber, 2 lumber. That's going to the town. Okay. So that's it for Disha. Now, Dark Charm. What are these imps doing? Okay, first up is that Elite Imp. Movement of up to 3, but the target range is 3. Now, there's no elements left for them, so they're not getting multi-target attacks. Let's see, moves up. It's got range of 3 to our Deathwalker. Flea Bitten Shell doesn't help when you're the closest one. So, attack of 0. And, yeah, Brittle Push. Uh-oh, the push is gonna push us through those ice spikes. That's gonna suck. And we're also gonna be brittle when it happens. Oh no. Okay, attack of 0, Brittle Push, Curse. Here we go. Curse? Okay, well, at least we got the miss, but we are brittle and cursed. So, player 3. Yep, got a curse in there. And the brittle's just going to resolve immediately. It's 2 damage from the ice spikes. And there's, yeah, push of 2. So we go straight through. We're going to take 4 damage after the brittle. So Deathwalker is in terrible shape. We could discard a card to block that. Cards are real valuable. I don't want to do that if I can possibly help it. Next up, we've got 7 and 8. The regular ones don't have as much movement, and thankfully the Elite is blocking the doorway, so it just gets there, can't reach anybody. And with the same problem as earlier, the regular imp can't get through the door, but it can get closer, so they stop there. So at least the imps are done after that one nasty attack. Frozen Corpses. Well, the Elite goes first. The wound starts ticking down, but it does make an attack, and it is targeting the reinforcement, because that went first, so probably saying goodbye to the reinforcements. Attack of 2, push of like 4, so it's going to yeet the reinforcement across the map, it looks like. And Frost. Either way, we've got Frost. So, attack of 2. Come on, Curse. -1. -1 isn't enough, because only 1 hit point. Yeah, our reinforcement has been knocked off the field. At least that one's not permanent. And, no, I guess I either knocked it in there earlier, or... No, I only just summoned him. I just forgot to set it to remain anyway. Okay. That's all fine. So it hit that one, pushes him, push doesn't matter. Frozen Corpse, that one's done. The other one only has a movement of 1, and the Elite Imp is in the way, in the door. So I suppose the Elite Imp saved us from worse things. Now it's time for the corpses. I am sorely tempted to simply to take over their actions for once. But if I move the Wraith up, I won't get to attack them. The skeleton's not going to get into range unless it's going back after the corpses. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's basically getting out of the way. Maybe something can come by and heal it later. Sure, we'll just let them have fun over there. I don't want to summon anything onto that death pit. Okay, I'm not going to take control of their actions. Let's just see how this goes. Wraith attacks corpse. And... +0, so it's blocked by the shield. Nothing happens. Oh, the Retribution's going to kill our skeleton. If I take over it, I can push it over to the left towards the Snow Imp. It won't die against that. But it won't get to do any kind of attacking this round, so it'll probably just die in place of something else next time. It will definitely throw its life away if it attacks the Frozen Corpse. It's unlife. So I'm going to use the Horn of Command and push it back towards those imps. If it can keep those imps bottled up for one more turn, it will have done a good job. Okay, so that's it for the summons. The plan was simply to summon another one, but now I don't have the health for that. So I can move and heal myself for the number of summons. So movement of 4 and heal of 3. As long as I go around that thing, I can get... I mean, I can slide back to there. I can be directly behind it, but I'm going to get attacked. 1, 2, 3. I can't jump over them. That's 3 to get to there. You know what? Do I have my own slippers back? No, I've used them. Ah, well, then the Deathwalker should have used... The Deathwalker got pushed there. That's fine. We're stopping there. Just right in the middle there. And that's good. Okay, so we've done both of those cards. Isona's done, and that's going to take that round to its conclusion. Boy, we were getting a tough fight today. Be right back with the next round. Okay, here we go. Can we make a dent in these enemies finally? Okay, Dark Charm again. More curses. I guess curses are slightly better than poison, because the poison keeps hurting you. And, new one from the Frozen Corpse. Icy Swipe. It's a multi-target attack. I guess we want to get out of range, but at least it's not going to hit. It's not going to be able to move, at least. Yeah, the rest of that's a little bit weird. Multi-target attack, though we'll see what happens with that. Okay. So Zane won the race. We've got... going to use just basic move, but Fluid Knight. So perform the attack as if you are occupying a hex with a shadow, then remove it. And make some darkness, which is going to help those dang imps. Well, I can skip making the darkness if they're going to get it. Oh, but I can make my summon use it instead, so we will make it. Okay. So, we're going to perform the attack as though we were in this space. We're going to hit that elite snow imp, see if we can take it off the table. And it's finally time to use the Fueled Falchion. Only gets 1 use in the scenario. The target and all enemies adjacent to the target will suffer 1 damage. So we're going to bust them open. Attack 5 against the elite snow imp. +0. Still plenty to kill it. It has no shields. And we can do 1 damage to each of the enemies right next to it. That's something. Okay, and now we've got a basic move. There is a skeleton in the way, but the imps are probably going to toast it and then move in. We're currently far enough back that we shouldn't get hit by them, so I guess we're just going to stay put. Yeah, movement of 2, they can't reach us. If we move forward, they can reach us. Okay. So, Zane's done. Good job, Zane. Elite is gone. Now, Isone. The Wraith gets its attack against the Frozen Corpse. Go pluses. Well, the -2 is gone. And now the Shambling Skeleton gets to do its attack, so first the move. First one up is going to be Imp number 7, so we'll draw that attack. +0, okay, 2 damage. Good job, and we've got our 3rd kill for the Sadist Boneshaper. And nope, the rest of that stays in place. Now it's Isone's turn. Okay, so as mentioned before, we've got a movement up to 3. We're going to consume that darkness, give one of our summons a move attack that's going to pierce, so we can get through somebody's armor. I think I just want to let the skeleton do it, because if I can get another attack of 2 and just eliminate the imps from the battlefield, I will be having a much better day. Rather than getting a shot off, piercing that shield, we're just going to keep living with it. Oh, I forgot my retaliation damage. No, wait, she hasn't gone yet. I did not miss retaliation damage. Okay, attack. Piercing doesn't matter, we just don't want to leave them the element in case we fail. Attack of 2 against the Snow Imp. Ooh, +0 and another curse. I'm not sure how many curse cards we put in there, but they sure are coming out. Oh, they sure are not coming out, rather. Yeah, we've got 6 curses in there. Not one has come out for these monsters. Oh, and that's another kill for our sadist Boneshaper. We only need one more to hit that one. I think we're going to have a hard time meeting this one. Maybe if we poisoned him? Ah, I didn't bring a poison card. That's the one I pulled out when we leveled up for the Boneshaper. Oh, no, we've got one. Oh, and I've still got my movement of 3. Let's see if we can position ourselves to do that. We're already kind of in range. What range do we need to be for that card? Range 3. Okay. Yeah, we're already in the range we need for to poison that one. But then the Deathwalker has to be able to reach it. Oh, there is a shadow there. Maybe we can get our teleport card and just sneak in and take him out. Oh, the card we just used would have been great for that too. We're getting close. Maybe we can pull this off after all. That is it for our Boneshaper, though. We don't need to move. We're already in place. Okay, the imps are off the field. Yes. And now Disha is up. Okay, reinforcement gone. So, what was my plan here? Ah, right. Movement of up to 4. We can unbreakable wall. See, now I don't want to do it. The plan was to move right here, use the Wraith as our formation partner, and I can push the corpse against just farther away, out back into the corner. It wouldn't be able to reach us this turn. But if I simply ran forward by 4, I'm not going to reach anything else. But I think I want to leave the frozen corpse because that's our best shot at getting that battle goal. Oh, man. Well, at least we've got to move 4, so we can just get out of there and just let the wound take it down. It is going to get the icy swipe, and if I let it eliminate the Wraith, though, that's a tool off the board. Can't do it. Okay, just moving to there, unbreakable wall, attack of 3 against this frozen corpse. We're going to push it, so it'll be out of range, so it can't retaliate. Okay, oh, a -1. I'm saying that like it's a good thing. Attack of 2. So 1 damage gets through the shield, and we've pushed it a space away. Only 1 space. Okay, this guy gets to move, so he's just going to come right back and smack us. Yeah, well, we do get the XP for it. Okay, that's it for Disha, and now we get those icy swipes. We're both getting attacked. The Elite does have a move of 1, takes his wound damage. So attack of 3, push of 5? Now look at that card. It's regular 1, but the Elite does a push of 4. That's a huge swing. So they're going to push the Banner Spear further than if we did that move 4 in the first place. The 4+1 of push. The Frost is strengthened, refreshed. So attack of 3. Let's see, it can't get into position to attack anyone else. Here we go. Come on, curse. I keep asking for the curse and I'm getting the miss. So the curses aren't getting diluted. I don't take any damage here. I just get pushed away by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. But now this frozen corpse over here gets to do its attack of 3, against the shambling skeleton who is poisoned and brittle. I don't think it's long for this unless we pull out the curse. Oh, that's not a curse. Woo, so that's like 6 doubled. Yeah, this skeleton just took 12 damage. No way I can save it. Poof. Cloud of dust. And clean up. That one just goes to discard. Okay. But the corpses are done. We get to end this round, and the imps are finally off the field. No idea what's in that last room. Probably more imps again. But at least I'm just dealing with some corpses, and the one in the back is beat up. Oh, I already ended the round. Let's pull those cards, see if we can pull this off. Okay, I couldn't come up with a scenario where the Deathwalker was going to be able to get this guy with a second condition. The Boneshaper only has slow cards, and the Deathwalker only has fast cards, so I can't get it done this round, and he'll be dead by the one after. So, we're going to ignore him and just let him die on his own. Now, what next? Let's see. Oh, I haven't started the round. Let's see what's next. Okay. Oh, they're going pretty slow. Nothing special, huh? Okay. Yes, I am letting Disha have her long rest, despite being very close to the enemy. No, because you'll see when you see what Zane's doing. We're going to teleport to a hex with a shadow or adjacent to a shadow, and then if you're in a space with a shadow, we're doing a real strong attack. Attack 6, that's going to curse and give us XP. So, we can teleport. We only get the bonus if we're on the space with the shadows. We have to teleport there. And now... I just realized I can't see that because the doorway's there. Those spaces are not adjacent. Well, okay, we're only going to get an attack of 3 here, because I messed up. But we're still getting the curse, we're just not getting the bonus experience from it. And we are marking him. I did have to do a short rest. Our Deathwalker was out of cards. Okay, so attack of 3, no disadvantage possible, or advantage possible. Let's go. Ooh, a +1. So we overcome the shield, we do a full 3 damage. We have added our 7th curse, I think, yeah, to the monster attack deck. And our Deathwalker is now the target of the attack instead of the Banner Spear. I was hoping for that 6. At least we're taking him down. Okay, so after that, Zane's done. I misread the field. Okay, the Wraith gets to go. Oh, right, 1 coin. So 3 gold for our Deathwalker. Forgot that they were on top of a loot token. Okay, let's see. Do I have the Horn of Command back? I don't. They're going to long rest next turn. Direct. Okay, well, you really need to do some damage here or you're going to get killed by the Frozen Corpse with its nothing special attack. Okay, come on, give us a plus. Yes! Okay, we have overcome the shield. It's going to die from wound. Nobody gets kill credit from a wound. But the Wraith will persist. Okay, now Isone. Well, I set this up before I realized we weren't going to be able to poison. So I guess we're just going to do a basic move. And then, if we're in range, we can give someone some strengthen. So 1, 2. Yep, I could strengthen... If it's the Banner Spear, I guess I have to strengthen Zane. Everyone else has basically already done their stuff. So yeah, that's fine. We'll do it via the other route this time. Strengthen, you can just drop a token on them. Maybe not. That used to work in an older version. Okay, fine. Zane, you're strengthened. We'll do it the easy way. Okay. So they're strengthened. We've still got these. They won't go away until we take a heal. Okay. Boneshaper done. Now, the elite goes and dies from its wounds. No kill credit is awarded, tragically. The regular one. Oh, nice. It updated right away. A movement of up to 1. Attack of 2, push 1. And continues to freshen up the frost element. So attack of 2 against the Deathwalker. Don't have any helpful things for it this time. So come on, can we get one of those curses? Of course not. So, oh boy. Take the 2 damage, but you know what? Because that's not actually adjacent to us, that is a farther away spot. So the push can push you to a space that is farther away. I don't have... I guess I could let him push me into the loot, just further into the next room. That also works. Yeah, sure. Okay. He's done. Disha resolves long rest, gets the 2 hit points back, and we gotta choose cards, yada yada. We can't forget we have marked this corpse for shadow generation. Whatever, still marked. And we'll be right back with our next round of cards. Here we go into the next round. Cold Snap. Move to attack of 1 and turn that frost that does still exist into brittle. And our Boneshaper's taking their long rest now. Okay. So Disha up first. We've got a Javelin. The rare air element type. So attack 3 at range 3 and then move 4. We're just gonna attack on the run and get out of there. Oh, a +1. So we cancel out the shield. 3 damage. And we're... 1, 2, 3, 4. It's basically in front of one of the 2 doors. And we can bust through that next round, open those doors, see what the final room has in store for us. That's it for Disha. Now Zane, we're going to finish him off. We've got Fluid Knight. So attack 5, just as if you were in a hex with a shadow, then remove the shadow. So we're just going to use this one, and attack 5, this really should finish him off. There's a couple of ways it might not, but we should get that and a fresh shadow. Come on, okay, +0. 5 completely overwhelms what he's got left. And because we marked him, we get a shadow in that space. Okay. Oh, we had advantage too, so I need to draw the second one just so... There, so we've gotten a -1 out of the deck for that. Okay. So we got that. Now we've got a movement of 3. We've already got the shadow. We have our shoes back still. We're gonna have to rest pretty soon. So, yeah, there's 2 loot in that space and 1 loot in that space. This is a prime spot for a loot action, but we don't have that. Now I think if I simply move there, maybe I can have the Deathwalker heal up, or perhaps open... I guess if I open one door, they're both gonna open. So I want to stay near them, and I'll just use the slippers to loot this space that has the 2 in it. Okay, let's mark that turn as complete and see what we get. 1 coin and 3 coins. Ooh, we got a 3 coin out of that. So total of 4 multiplied by 3, we got 12. So up to 29 gold for our Deathwalker. Nice. And Frozen Corpse off the battlefield. It's just us. So summons always have the option of moving towards their summoner. Isoun does a long rest. We do get to heal, which means that's going to clear out the poison instead of hit points, which we didn't need any. And the brittle is also gone. So our Boneshaper is actually in the best shape right now. Haha. We still need 1 more kill with them. But I need to choose their card to lose, get all their stuff back, and we'll be right back. The last room, hopefully. Okay, looks like we're going to have to delay going into the next room 1 more round to prepare and get our stragglers caught up. So, be a very relatively straightforward round. We're just going to get Zane moved up just a little bit, or at least move the shadows up a couple of hexes, and we could move up to where a shadow is. The one on the back probably not going to come into effect unless I use one of the major cards to help with that. So, shadow moves up, move it right under us, and we won't use the top half of the other card. Just move the shadows up. Zane is done, but does have boots still, yes? Yes. So we can take the loot from the next tile over and steal it for ourselves. What'd we get? 1 hide. Hey, something we've been looking for. And that goes into the town. Yay, we're not hide broke. Okay. That's it for Zane. Now, Disha, we are summoning our reinforcement to help us with that next room. Just get him back and regroup. Let's just get some health back. This is targeting Zane. Get that and the regen going. Just help each other out a little bit. Okay, Disha done. The Wraith is already next to the summoner, doesn't do anything. Isoun, we're going to move up by 4 and then summon a new shambling skeleton. So if we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can put the skeleton. Let's take skeleton number 1 back again. And we want to put it there because we want the skeleton to go across the ice and not, well, not the wrong way. Suppose it could still go that way, depending on if both doors open. I think it will. Actually, I never read this. Ah, oops. Taking a short breath to look around, you feel an odd sensation. Seems as if something's trying to dry out your anger and rage, but you quickly shake it off. It may, however, be the reason why these other creatures were here. Okay, so it's just when the next set... Okay, I didn't miss anything terrible there. By forgetting to do that earlier on. Everything's off slightly. That's fine. Okay, we've summoned the skeleton. We take 2 damage. And we're good. That's it for this round. So we'll just end that real quick. What's our rest situation look like? The Deathwalker's just going to take a turn off slightly further back, or at least out of the direct harm's way, and Banner Spear can break in. As long as they just come into being, it should be fine for him to be there. But the reinforcement isn't going to be right with us at the very beginning. That might be an issue. It'll be fine. We will figure it out. All right, let's break this barrier down. Start the round. We'll have to check back on this later when we actually open the door and see what the other folks are doing. But Disha's opening the door, Ison's summoning, and Zane's resting. Okay. So we've got a move to, and 2 allies in range get to move up with us. Reinforcement technically goes first, and I can move him up to the ice because he's just going to crash into the wall. Summons can't open doors, even though we normally get to choose his movement. Characters have to open doors. And so, our first point of movement, we slide through the ice, and we open the door. So we need to read section 89.1, and then we can look at the map. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. 89.1, it did not go to the right page. There we go, a strong foundation. You finally get a glimpse of the elemental array. A mechanical construct is encased in solid ice. Next to it, a wraith-like creature feeds off its energy. When it becomes aware of your presence and your intentions of clearing the area of its influence, it begins draining the ancient device with even more fervor. If you do not deal with it quickly, it will destroy the thing you came for. Uh-oh. Okay, so open the other door too. They both do open. So the anchor has 2 times the number of characters times the level plus 1. So the level is 3. That's 4 times 3, 12 times 2, 24 hit points. It's an ally to you and an enemy to all monsters. Uh-oh. Any character may lose 1 card from their hand or 2 from their discard pile to negate 1 source of damage to the anchor. But if it is destroyed, the scenario is lost. Oh no. And the Ice Wraith is the Rhymeheart. It has, oh boy, a whole bunch of hit points. It is immune to disable and stun, so you can't stop it from attacking. Okay, so let's see, 3 times H. What does H stand for? I know character is the number of characters, so that's 3 divided by 2, 1.5. What is H? Okay, H is the maximum hit point value of an elite monster of the relevant type. So it's an elite that has +3, +1.5, so you round down. So it's just an elite +4 hit points. And what is an elite? Does it already figure it out for us? I don't see it there. Where is this thing? Yeah, there's the Rhymeheart, but it's not on the action list? Oh, and the glowing orb didn't go into position either. Perhaps we are having a bug or something. But I do need to spawn some trackers to keep track of these weird hit point values. So we need to find your card because it didn't make it for us. I'm going to have to fix a couple of things. We'll be right back. Okay, so dealing with the special monster here, our Rhymeheart, things bugged out a little bit. It seems like it might specifically be the Ice Wraith. So what I did was I manually added them, and I'm going to have to explicitly draw a card, give that thing a shuffle, reveal 1 card. So yeah, it's not going to be easy, but yeah. I'm going to have to essentially reveal cards this way, and just do this one manually, and that kind of sucks, but oh well. This is what the Ice Wraith is doing this turn. So it's going to make itself invisible, then consume frost to strengthen and... is that bless? Yeah, strengthen and bless itself and make frost. So Ice Wraiths are no joke. Now in terms of its hit points, the Elite has 10, So adding 4 to that, it has 14 hit points. Let's see, it doesn't appear to fly, but it does have... Let's see, the regular one has 2 shield. The elite one has retaliate 2 at range 2. So he's going to be a bit of a bugger to get past. But at least I'm not blocked. I just have to do a few things manually for that particular guy. Now, what is everyone else doing before we make up? So we are still back at Disha. And, oh, what was the initiative of that card? It was Fade Out 59. Okay. So 59, our Ice Wraith is going to be... Just going to remember it after the Snow Imps. The Imps are phasing out, shield 5 and healing themselves, and generating an element of our choice, probably Darkness. Can we use any other ones? Not particularly right now. And then the Frozen Corpse, no movement, Thawed Strike, just don't get next to them. Ooh, actually, if I have the Imps generate fire, then he'll get to damage himself a couple. Although then he'll get in range and be able to hit the glowing orb. So we've got their health trackers here, 24 for our glowing orb and 14 for our Rhymeheart boss. And we've got 2 living bones, 2 elite snow imps, and 1 frozen corpse. Our goal is to eliminate all of them before they destroy the glowing orb. Now this is an objective. Those count as figures. I think I should be able to heal it. Just based on the way the objective stuff seemed to work on that previous scenario. So I may have to go into that pretty significantly. Yeah, it didn't fix our Rhymeheart's stats here. Yeah, I'm also seeing some errors in the logs. Okay, so Thawed Strike, no movement, but up to 2 if we want it to suffer 2 damage. And Focus Stabs from the Living Bones, hit 1 enemy with all of its attacks. It's got a movement of 3 first, and then, oh no, only 2 attacks, but it's 2 damage for each of those attacks. So that part sucks, but we are lucky in that this is our Banner Spear's turn that we get to continue now. So what were we doing? We've only done our first movement, we have another one, and an ally can come up behind us. We've got Rallying Cry. Man, I wish I had selected the pinning strike that goes straight through, because I could move, say, to there, but I can't get the reinforcements into a good position. And I want to take the hits instead of the reinforcements. I want the reinforcements to still be alive afterwards. So we move to there. The reinforcements, we can give an ally movement of 2. Let's just... Oh wait, I don't want them in range of this guy. Let's see, movement is 3. Dang, we're just going to leave him on the ice behind us. We're going to get hit by both skeletons. This is really going to suck. Let's see, I suppose I could simply stop in the door. Because I'm just doing a basic attack at this point. Move 2 to there. I'm still going to get hit by both skeletons either way, and you know what? Actually, I'm going to get pushed into the hazard either way, because they have pushes on every attack. Ooh. Let's see, this is difficult terrain. It's not... maybe I'll go there. This guy goes first, so he can push me down there, and I'll at least get to stay in the room. Okay, that was our move. Yeah, so it was 1, 2. I don't have... Oh, did I get my boots back? I did. Interesting. I could get all the way over to here, which would just put me in the range for more attacks. But the skeletons are going to have a little bit tougher of a time. But they'll still be able to do it. Can I manipulate this in a way that would allow me to get a good attack in? Not without having the reinforcements die. Because I can slide across the ice, like 2, 3, be there, 2, 3, be there. Either way, the skeletons are going to get to me. And if I'm down there, he's going to kill the reinforcement, which means I wasted a card. If I'm at least there, I'm closer, and I'm going to just get hit by everything. But that will prevent the glowing orb from taking damage. That's a bright side, but I really need help. Damn, the reinforcement's in the way. You know, I can get pushed through it because that's an ice spot, so... Okay, moving there, basic attack against skeleton number 4. We're not having anyone else move. We can't get our disarming rallying cry. Why did I pick rallying cry? I must be out of cards, because there's no way I can make that line up with anything. Oh boy. Okay. So, basic attack. No extra bonuses to it. I'm not using the advantage on this. Ooh, +1, and we keep going. We're up to an attack of 3 and +0. Okay, so through the shield, 2 damage. Hooray, we just need to clear it out at this point. So not having anyone else move up behind us. Yep. Okay. Disha is done. There's so much I have to scroll in the app now. Okay, snow imps. They are generating, so they just have shield and generating an element of our choice. So do I want darkness for Zane for next turn? Or even our necromancer or Boneshaper can use darkness for something. Maybe even like inflict extra poisons on people. That could help us out a lot. If she was anywhere near a useful position, it would help us a lot. Yeah, why are you there and we did not get loot for you last turn? That's a puzzle. I think we should have gotten loot for that. And maybe because of that weird thing on the edge, we didn't get it. Okay, we're drawing the loot. To hide. We stopped there, we didn't get the credit. Okay. Imps, do nothing except... Boy, this is a danger. If I let this thing move, it's going to run up and it's going to get a thawed strike against the glowing orb. That's an attack of 3 against it. Now, eventually, they're going to start drawing these curses, I hope. We've loaded them up with like 6 or 7. But it only causes him 2 damage. I would rather he just stay back and stay out of the fight. Because a lot of his cards don't let a regular guy even move. So we're just skipping right past that. Frozen Corpse does nothing. Living Bones. These are the ones that... Oh wait, I passed by the Ice Wraith. Gotta remember what he's doing. I just reveal that card again. Okay. So it made itself invisible, which stinks, and I can't really put that in the app, so it means we can't target it with... Great, well, he's invisible, I'll just put it by the marker there. He consumes frost if there is any, but there isn't. Okay, so he just makes some frost. Okay, so he's at least not attacking. That's good, we need time to really get in there. Now the living bones go. Okay, movement of 3. This guy's already there. So attack 2, push 1. Thankfully, the hit with all attacks doesn't work in this situation, so it's only an attack of 2. Boy, I don't want to use the leather armor on something that's not strong, but we just need to get in there. So attack of 2 at disadvantage. And the worst he's got is a +0. So use that shield. We just get in there, we take 1 point of damage, we get pushed, the second attack doesn't get to fire. Now the second guy comes up. Movement to 3, attack of 2. I'm going to say we get pushed through the ice past the reinforcement here. Okay, attack of 2. This one is straight. Hey, finally a curse comes out. So we take no damage, we just take the push. So we're pushed out of the room, which sucks, but past that, nothing bad happens. Now our Necromancer goes, so the Wraith gets to catch up. Do Wraiths get... Do flying creatures ignore ice? Yeah, except when fighting. I can't simply just waft over the ice and be fine. So we only get to do the movement to 2 there. And I believe it was there, so we can get it up to there. But that's the max. Okay, the Shambling Skeleton. The closest thing is the Living Bones. There is a way through. It's dumb. It's going to go there. I could use the horn to direct it down to the bottom, so it can maybe take on the Snow Imp. And that's actually a good idea. I summoned him up on the top. I shouldn't have. I'll summon him. I'm going to use the horn so I can control what he does. And we're sending him down below. Okay. Now, our own movement. We are simply going to keep going. We're going to summon another skeleton. That's going to stick around. And movement of 2, someone gets an extra move. We're going to bring the Wraith up to try to reinforce us. So, summon number 2 is there. Yeah, that Wraith, it's good, but it was so far behind. And we can get a move of 2 on our own. So I suppose we're going to take on the south side and let them take on the top side. And that's it for Isolde. Zane was doing a long rest. They get the regen and the 2 health from the long rest. Need to pick a card. We'll resolve that. But that is going to be the last thing from that round. Let's hope everything doesn't bug out. Well, at least the Ice Wraith, I still don't think it's working right. That's fine. We will make it work. Okay, that's it for this round. Okay, here we go. Let's start this round. Okay, skeletons draining life. I don't want them to heal. Imp's Dark Charm. So a pushing, cursing attack could be worse. And Frozen Corpse wants to take that icy swipe, but thankfully he can't move. I'm glad I didn't let it get to the frozen orb. And because stuff is glitchy, let's see. Yep, so that was Fade Out. So now we reveal 2 cards. So Shard Strike 16, it's going fast. Let's see. So a range of 4? It says normal has a range of 4, so the elite doesn't? Oof, and if there's Frost, he gets Retaliate 4. He's already got Retaliate 2 at range 2. Don't attack him this turn, I guess. Which sucks, because that was my plan. Okay, but he's not moving. 16 puts it where? After Disha and before Zane. So he's got a nasty attack that we're going to come back to. I guess I should just leave it in that position until we get to it. Okay, so at least Disha is first. So we're going to jump in there. You got our Meat Grinder for the bottom half there, and Resolved Courage for the top. We're going to see if we can take out one of them skeletons. Now, it'd be nice if we could get around the Meat Grinder portion, but we can't really get on both sides of someone. 1, 2... Yeah, the ice and the rubble really prevent us from flanking anyone. But we do need the reinforcements to go forward 1 space in order for us to target the living bones, because they're going to heal. We need to hopefully kill them. And we're using the bottom, so we've got a movement of 3, which just gets us to there. But we do get a heal of 1 and a regenerate applied, so maybe that will help us. We'll just apply that to ourselves here. So come on, work to apply the status. Of course not. I'll apply it later. Okay, so attack of 3 with Immobilize against the living bones. Now what do we want? We really, really, really want to kill it right now. So Spyglass and yeah, advantage. Okay, come on. Ooh. Well, so when you're doing advantage with the reroll, oh boy, the new rules, I've forgotten them because it's been a while. I need to refresh on them. Okay, if the first draw with advantage or disadvantage is a rolling one, you draw additional ones 1 at a time until a non-1 is drawn. Then, until a non-rolling modifier is drawn. Then you draw 1 more modifier and ignore any rolling icon on it. So, yeah. Our first draw with advantage was the +1 rolling, then we got a +1. So I think we've killed it, but I want to get this right. If the first one is a rolling card, then you draw additional ones until you get one that isn't a rolling, so we got the +1. They then draw 1 more modifier and ignore a rolling icon on it if there was any. Okay, then you draw the first non-rolling and the one after it. So I do end up getting 1 more card here. Okay, they're all +1, so it doesn't matter so much. So if it's a advantage, you use all the initial rolling things and the better of the last 2. So you get the rolling and a choice of 2 non-rolling cards. If it's a disadvantage, you ignore all the initial ones and use whichever of the last 2 is worse. Okay, so that means we do get the rolling +1 and another +1. So the total was 5. We have very much killed that skeleton. No heal later on from the drain life for him. that's it for us. We couldn't get both of them with the... Okay, Disha is done. So the next up is the Shard Strike from our Reinhardt here. Now, it says the normal has range of 4. It's a weird... It's really weird description, because like normal range 4, I assume they would both have range. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a Shard Strike, so I think I'm going to treat that as though they both have range here. Like range 4. So it's an attack of 3 with range 4, and they consume the frost. Okay, well, the closest thing to him is the glowing orb. So, they are going to draw a single monster card here. Ah, +2, that sucks. So it's an attack, it'll do 5 damage. Any one of us could lose a card to stop this. It's not in danger yet. They're probably going to be worse attacks, but it's down to 19 health. I mean, that's more than most things we've met. Okay, so with the consume ice for the 4, that means now the Ice Wraith has 6 retaliate, 2 of it is at range 2. Ugh, so that sucks. So Disha's done, the Ice Wraith isn't showing up here. Now I can give Disha her regen. Okay, so Zane. The thing I was planning to do here was this great strike strategy. Move 6, place 1 shadow in the hex you're occupying, then you immediately consume that shadow to do an attack of 6 that curses. So I was going to run in and just do this nasty strike on the Reinhardt. But now, I could make it there using all of the different ice stuff. Now I feel like I want to see if I can just kill one of the snow imps. I probably can't straight out kill the frozen corpse, but the corpse isn't as painful as the imps are. So I gotta pick a new target because I don't want to take Retaliate 6 on someone who has 7 hit points. Okay. Okay, looks like our best strategy here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from that spot we can attack the snow imp. So at the end of this move, which is a loss move, we place a shadow down, but I'm not going to put it in there because we're immediately removing it. So attack of 6, we're getting another curse in there. 7 curses in that deck. Ooh. And now we've got an attack 6 against the snow imp. I did long rest. Okay, so I want to make sure that this hits. So no chance of a miss being the thing that comes out of this. Okay, advantage. Ooh, okay, +2. So we've got some overkill on this one. But the imp is down. And we also got our slippers back. So we are going to... Let's see, who do I want to... Let's take that loot. The other one's closest to other people. So what did we get? We got 1 arrow vine. That one goes on the Deathwalker specifically. There we go. And back up to the battlefield. Good shot, Deathwalker. Now there's definitely thinner enemies in the last room, but Zane is done. So we've got the Living Bones. Movement of 1, attack of 2, push 1, and 2 targets, so we're probably going to lose our reinforcements again. Heals itself, that's not going to matter. So attack of 2, reinforcements first, then Banner Spear. So no disadvantage, just... Okay, reinforcements. I was hoping for one of those curses. And then for us... Okay, so we don't take damage, but the reinforcements just took damage. Doesn't have to worry about falling into the hazard pit. So we got missed, so we don't take damage. But we do get pushed by 1 space. So why don't we get pushed closer to our enemies? Haha. Okay, and he doesn't get any overheal, he's just done. So we got 1 snow imp remaining. Wants to do an attack at range 3. He's got a fly of 3. Who's the closest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the Banner Spear. So we come up to range. And Brittle and Curse and push 1. Okay. Attack of only 1, though. Ha, and the -1. Great, so we still don't take damage, but we are going to get a curse for player 1. There it is. Okay, it got shuffled in, and we have to apply Brittle, and then we get pushed by one space. I think you can get pushed into rubble. Yep, specifically says unaffected by difficult terrain, so we get pushed onto the rubble. Okay. Let's see, I think Disha was already regenerating at the start, and I forgot to apply that. I don't think it'll matter. I'm not sure if I forgot or not, so we're just leaving as is. Okay, we're pushed. We got cursed. Snow Imp is... Oh, it can... Is there anything for it to consume? Nope. So no extra targets. Now it's time for the dead to rise. So the Wraith is the first one, and I guess that Living Bones is the closest. We can't quite attack it, range is 3. Now for this one, what's the fastest path in, huh? 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. But the Living Bones went first, so the target is going over the ice. It's going after the Living Bones, but can't reach it. The second one just follows that same ice across and stops there. Okay, they're making their way in. Now for the rest of this, nobody made it adjacent to any of the enemies, sadly. Let's see, enemies have died, so we can at least get the heal. Or I could heal someone else. Does anyone need it? No, no one else really needs it. So we're just going to stay put right there, and yeah, curse at range 5. There's really no one close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we can't really see around the door to get them. Maybe we could apply one more curse if we didn't take... Okay, so we basic move there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can apply curse to the Snow Imp. Every curse is a chance to not get a whole bunch of damage, and that also affects the mission objective. So we are not going to take the heal self, just basic move. Eternal Torment. We don't get the attack, but we now have created some darkness. Ison is done. The frozen corpse has no movement, has nobody to attack. Is done. And that's it for this round. Whew. Okay, that Wraith thing makes things a bit more difficult to track, but I think we're managing. We'll be back in the next round. Alright, here we go. Ready for the next round. And start. What are they doing? Snow Imp Restoration, they're healing. Well, there's only one at least, but that's gonna suck. And Living Bones, nothing special. Attack, multi-target if they can, but they're going before Ison and the zombies. And the Frozen Corpse is doing a Thawed Strike again. Again, it has no movement whatsoever. Leaving it in the corner was a great plan. And Disha is continuing to, or is doing a long rest. And what's our Ice Wraith doing? Reveal the third card. Restore Essence. Heal itself for 3. And let's see, it consumed the ice last turn, and I don't think anything successfully created any more. So it doesn't get the shield. Boy, that... Again, the Ice Wraith is weird. Because the normal one is 4, but the elite one has a shield of 2? Now I'm wondering if there's something weird about the elite Ice Wraith where it is worse than the normal one. Maybe I was wrong about the normal one having the range 4, and our orb should be at full health. Yeah, if I wasn't getting weird bugs at this point, I'd be thinking, oh, I should put that hit points back. But I think we're going to be okay either way. So, Zane first. Here's my problem. I wanted to consume the darkness that we made last time. Range 5, attack of 3. Still probably going to do that. We've got a basic move of up to 2 to get into a range. The plan was the Rhymeheart, but the Snow Imp's going to heal things. The Rhymeheart's going to heal itself. Between those two, we're not going to do any damage to that thing. If I target either the Living Bones or the Snow Imp, probably the Snow Imp, maybe I'll get really lucky, then I can... At least the Snow Imp will heal itself. But give our skeletons a shot at killing something, because they're going to redirect over towards the Snow Imp and get some nice shots in. So we're redirecting our attack 3 at the Snow Imp instead of the Rhymeheart. Yep. Okay, no advantages or anything. Oh, we got a curse a while back. It can happen to us too. Okay, so we did nothing. I can at least move 2 to pick up that loot. Yeah, I don't need to do any other bits, so I'm protecting you. And what do we get? 1 metal. That goes into the city supply. Excellent. Okay. And Zane's done, so now... Well, we did no damage, so let's see. When they're doing a heal and they don't have a specified attack, they act as though they're just doing a single target attack. So it's targeting the skeleton and just moves up. There's nothing for him to heal. Now, the Living Bones, attack 3, or no, move 3, attack 2. It can get to a spot, it will try to attack 2 targets if it can, so it's attacking both of us. That brittle may be a problem. Now that regen we forgot on the previous turn actually matters a lot. Maybe... not gonna worry about it. So we're gonna hit, let's see, they're both technically 99. We'll just do Deathwalker and then Banner Spear in that order. Attack of 2 upon each. So Deathwalker, Curse, Banner Spear, -2. Haha. So that applies before the Brittle. So no damage to either of them. The Deathwalker got pushed first. I'm going to choose not to go into the ice spikes. I'll get pushed onto the large ice. And then we'll let our Banner Spear get pushed 1 space out to there. Okay, well, we got lucky. None of that stuff mattered. So now it's time. The Wraith can attack the Living Bones. Let's go. +0, no damage, because shield. Okay, skeleton number 1 attacks Imp. Attack of 2. Better shots here. Okay, 2 damage. Now the other one moves into position, attacks the Snow Imp. Ooh, a heal for the Boneshaper. Another heal for the Boneshaper. And a miss. Well, actually, no, there was no advantage there. It was just a straight thing. So, well, the Boneshaper got healed. Those always seem to come in pairs, but it is like individual random cards. I don't know how that keeps happening. So, you failed to kill the Snow Imp. And now it's Ison's turn. The plan was to move up by 2 and let a summon finish something off, or move up by 2, poison an enemy to try to trigger something for the Deathwalker. I just don't think anything's gonna be in range. The Snow Imp's gonna die before we can inflict another status on anything. Well, our movement of 2 just gets us into the doorway. And now what are we gonna do? We can let a summon have an attack, which might kill it, or there's nothing there, so we can give someone advantage and poison someone. Let's let our summon take the give it a try here. So yeah, Shambling Skeleton, you may take another shot at the Snow Imp. Attack 2. A critical. Redemption. Good job. And that's it for Ison. Now the Frozen Corpse sits in the corner and does nothing. We still have a Living Bones there, but we've narrowed them down a bunch. Okay, Disha gets to resolve Long Rest. Also, the Regenerate. No, the Regenerate's still there. I hit the wrong button. Shoot. Because that can clear off Brittle if we get it again in the future. And I need to choose a card there, but we are ready to begin the next round. Okay. Now, I did forget one thing. Our skeletons killed that, which means we have killed 5 or more monsters, and Sadist has been achieved. I still don't think we're going to manage to get Bully, but maybe we can inflict this boss with the elements we need and just finish him off with the Deathwalker. Something to hope for. But besides those things, we are ready for our next round. Let's go. And of course, I also need to check now the 4th card in the list. We still haven't had any shuffle cards, so Unholy Strength. Consume Frost. Thankfully, there still is no Frost. Attack 3 at range 3. Okay, so, and it's at position 59. So 59, it's going behind everyone except Isolde, who's long resting. Okay, not too bad. Bones are draining life again. At least they are not missing any life, so we're not losing any progress. Disha, Zane, then Frost Breath, the Frozen Corpse. Oh, that's a nest. I mean, it's only an attack of 1, but that's a pretty decent area of effect there. And then Isolde and all the corpses are bringing up the rear. Okay, so the bones are up first. Right here. It's going to target the banner spear, but it has multi-target, so it's going to just try to hit us both. Attack of 2 against banner spear, then the Deathwalker. Banner spear? Nothing. Deathwalker? Nothing. All those curses are finally paying off. But it does still push us. So we are pushed to there and there. Honestly, this works out great for what I was planning to do this turn. And it doesn't heal anything. Now, Disha's turn. Oh no! I messed up. I messed up. I wanted Disha to go after Zane, because Zane was going to provide the thing for the meat grinder. Even if I twist it around, 62 is going to mess things up way too much. So I'm not going to do the meat grinder. Ooh. I was planning to put the Reinhardt between the two of us, get the Deathwalker up there, and apply some wounds, but nope, I messed up. There's no one I can apply this with either, so no meat grinder can happen. My best next attack is Javelin, and let's just give someone nearby a regen. So, make some air, attack 3. I am still at least outside of the Reinhardt's range for the retaliation thing. Doesn't have any shields, so I can just do a safe attack from here. Let's see, we've got our spyglass back, let's use it. Okay, attack of 3 with advantage. Yep. Ooh. Okay, so we figured it out last time that when you start with a rolling card, you get to draw one more, so we get the rolling and we get the +0 instead of the -1. So it's net a +4. So we dealt 4 damage to the Reinhardt, and we're outside the retaliation range. Yay us. Now we can move a total of 3 and give someone nearby a regen, but we're all at full health, basically. Yeah, move 1, 2, whee! I mean, I could move into the spike pit and then have a regen, but probably not a great idea. I can at least be adjacent to the Reinhardt so that we can just try to get our combo attacks off next time. So I'm just going to move straight up. We heal, we regen, we're doing well. Okay, Disha done. Zane. Oh, nice. The little regen symbol actually wiggles a little bit just to remind you of it. That's cute. Okay, so if there is a shadow in a useful position, not really. Not for what we need here. Fluid Knight would be great if there was a shadow in a convenient spot, but there's no enemies next to a shadow who are still alive. So we're going to do Forceful Spirits. Attack 2 targets, 4-2 at range 2. No darkness for us. And we've got a basic move to get in position. So I could move like 1... It's really a matter of what things do I want to have happen here. I do want the treasure chest, but if I attack like from that spot, I'm just going to get the attack at disadvantage, but he doesn't have any retaliate. Whereas if I attack first, I won't have disadvantage, I won't hit him, but I'll still be hit by him. Let's just go for it. So hit the... Oh, no. If I go for it, I mean attack first. Okay. So we're only going to attack the boss for 2 here. And we missed anyway. All a moot point. Okay, we're going to move on to and collect that treasure chest. So what is the treasure chest for this mission? Oh, right, it's in the last room section. Number 39. Okay, time to look at the real treasure index in here. Treasure 39 is unlock a random side scenario. Okay, are the side scenarios in here? Nope, random scenarios. Let's give this a shuffle, and we've unlocked... Well, we'll read that at the end with all of the rest of our stuff. But 171.2, we've got a mysterious rune. We'll put that near our boat still to be named. Okay, so that was neat. This treasure chest is going to lead us somewhere else. Cool. Okay, that's it for Zane's turn. Now we get Frost Breath from the Frozen Corpse. So it hits 2 and then 3 in front of it, but it only hits enemies. So it's an attack of 1. He can't push us from there, so just attack of 1. It's doubled. So we take 2 damage. Can't use the scepter to protect ourselves. Regen is lost. And cold gets infused. That pesky ice wraith loves the cold. Okay, and speaking of the pesky ice... Oh, no, that was the wrong... I don't even know whose deck that is. Okay, so it was the 4th card. Unholy Strength. Let's see, they... 59, yeah, they get to consume that. So they bless and strengthen themselves. So the monster deck gets its first bless. Bless is like a critical. It's like a spare critical in your deck as opposed to a spare miss. And the invisibility wore off a while ago. So it's got strengthen on the next turn. The map ate it. Okay, we'll just put it over there. And then attack of 3 at range 3. Well, it doesn't get a movement to move away, so it's the Banner Spear because of the Flea-Bitten Shawl. Okay, attack of 3 from the monster deck at disadvantage. Although they gave themselves advantage first, so those cancel out. It's just a straight attack. And it's a curse. Take that, Reinhardt. Yeah, how many are left? We've gone through most of them. There's only 3 monster curses left in there now. Whew. Okay. So, Reinhardt has gone, and now Isoun and thus the undead go. So Wraith gets into range, takes a shot at the living bones. Can you get through the armor? Nope. Keep drawing. -1, you did less than nothing, and we don't need the heal. Okay, the skeletons. Pick the closest enemy, which is just whoever is closer in initiative, I guess. So it goes to there and goes to there, because they're targeting the frozen corpse. And Isoun is just doing a long rest, because we're getting low on cards, and we've got the undead. Let's just give the undead as many turns as possible. And so we are ready to end that round, and we'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Let's go. What do we got? Disha's first, Hasty Assault, so a light attack and a big move. Cold Snap. Oh, okay, the Frozen Corpse finally gets to move, and it's going relatively fast, I guess. Isoun, I've got to look at the card itself because it's hidden. 62. And Zane is long resting this time. Gonna get set up for that big attack, hopefully, right at the end. Okay, and we need to see what the Ice Wraith is doing, because we still haven't seen their shuffle card. Oh, and we just hit one, so shift form. All elite Ice Wraiths become normal, and all normal ones become elite. Wow, okay, so that thing about the normal ones having range and the elite ones not was real. Well, this is a boss one. It's not a normal or an elite one, but they typically behave as elites. Yeah, this is weird. Okay, so that thing about only the normal ones having range at the start was accurate, so we never took that 5 damage. And the Ice Wraiths are just really weird between normal and elites. Okay, but it's going at 95, so they're going to be going super late in this round. So we'll return to the Ice Wraith at the end. Okay, Disha's up first. The reason was that we wanted to get this wound in on the main enemy. So basic move of 2, and then combined effort. And the way we can do that is if we just step to the side, we can slide across the ice, and now, well, we could attack either one, but we want to inflict some status effects on this one. So you're going to get this nasty wound token. Strengthen disappeared at the end of their turn. Okay. Or is it the end of next turn? At the end of next turn. It's got that for another whole round. Okay, so we're flanking it. Attack of 3 from Disha. And we get that experience point. Let's go. Ooh, we get a +1 as well. So attack of 4. So 4 more damage. And now they are wounded. We do take 2 retaliate, because they're still elite for now. Yeah, the regular ones have shields. So yeah, they really have just 2 entirely different forms. That's kind of cool. They're like little Transformers. Okay, we lost our region. But that's it for Disha. Now, the living bones. Who are they going to attack? Well, the closest one and earliest in the order is actually the Wraith, so we might be losing our Wraith finally. Attack of 1. It doesn't have any shield or anything. Okay. Nope, the Wraith has been chased off of the board. And the Wraith in particular also is a loss card, so it does not come back. The remaining ones move up a slot. And you're not going to come back in this scenario. Okay, the Living Bones is at least out of position now. Okay, Cold Snap. Now the corpse goes. So it's already next to targets. Attack 1. So this is going to be the Banner Spear because they went first. So attack of 1, push, and hey, they get to drain the frost, but we're going to get brittle status from it. Okay, attack of 1, -1, haha, no damage, but I do get pushed across the ice. And I need to brittle again. Such a brittle scenario. Okay, Frozen Corpse, done. We need to start working on him fast. Now, speaking of, let's let the Shambling Skeletons in. So, moves 1, and it just sails right across. And, yeah, the Frozen Corpse is still the target here. So, attack of 2 against shield of 1. Ooh, K-crit, so that's 4, so 3 damage to the Frozen Corpse. Nice, and no more retaliate. That one's gone. Guy number 2 comes up. Attack of 2. Down to 1 and blocked by the shield. Still, good effort. Good effort. And Isone. We've got a movement of 4. We are going to poison that final enemy. We're going to have the 2 statuses on it. We can also strengthen an ally just for some bonus fun. So the attack of 4. Let's see. Deathwalker's right up close there. And they're now getting low on hit points too. So I need to be within range 3 of everyone I'm trying to target with this. That seems like a good spot. Bones is going to be the last one alive. Okay, we are poisoning the Rhymeheart. There we go. So wounded and poisoned. Haha. And who do we want to strengthen? Might as well, let's strengthen the Deathwalker. It'll be for their next round. Oh no, it's going to go away at the end of their next turn. It's going to go away with the rest. So let's strengthen Disha then. There we go. All good. There it is. There's the strengthen. Okay. That's good. And Isone is done. So now we get back to the weird Ice Wraith card that we found. So shift form. Elite ones become normal, and so they swap back and forth. It does get to heal itself for 1. That's going to get rid of the wound and the poison. Ooh, they don't get any healing points, but that's the best way to get rid of negative status effects that I spent so long trying to inflict. Okay. So it has normal stats, so it no longer has retaliate, but it has shield 2. So I guess that's good for us and our skeletons. And it now attacks for 1 at range 4. Let's see. It has a movement of 3, so it's targeting skeleton 1, I guess. And I don't think they no, it has flying movement, so it can ignore the icy terrain. Steps away from disadvantage. Yeah, I guess that works just as well. And attacks us for attacks of 1. And it missed. Ha! Many monster misses today. Many, many monster misses. And because we got that, it's time to I want to unreveal them. How do I unreveal? Oh well, I'll just have to shuffle it extra next turn. Okay, so they're done, and now our Deathwalker gets their long rest resolved. So back up. I need to pick the card to lose. We'll be right back with the next round. Okay, here we go again. I did forget about the strengthen from last turn, but it wouldn't have made much of a difference with the attack of 1. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, next round. What do we got? So Zane, Disha, another Thawed Strike, but it has things adjacent now, and Isone, so it's going at 68, eh? And Focused Stabs from the Living Bones, attacking someone with all attacks. It might be able to benefit this time. And the Ice Wraith. What do we have from that one? So just make sure that got shuffled. And 1. It's shifting form immediately, but it's going last in the round at least. So it's just going to shift right back from normal to elite again. Weird. But okay. So Zane's going first. We're going to move all the shadows up to 6 hexes. And then because we will be on 1, we're going to do our strong attack of 6 again. And so we are going to see if we can finish off this frozen corpse. So this can move 6 right on top of it. That's good. And we're just going to see if we can suck the other shadow into a useful position, we hope. Let's see. Okay, so we're just about to remove it, so I'll just leave it off the board. And attack of 6, we're going to get an experience. And curse the monsters again. Curse them, curse them. Oh, I think I've got the spyglass back. Yep, we just long rested. Alright, let's do this. Attack of 6 at advantage. Cool, 7. We have just exactly overcome that and killed him. And we can use our boots to loot the next space over, so we're going to get some more loot. Let's see, I still got that corrupted scroll. I almost used it earlier on the banner spear. I haven't forgotten about it. But we've been okay. So what loot do we get? A coin, which is 3 gold. We're just cleaning up on gold with the Deathwalker, eh? Okay, Deathwalker done. Disha is next. And I was kind of hoping that one of the enemies would come up. But this is fine. Yeah, the plan was to use Tip of the Spear with the maybe the skeletons or something. But it looks like that's not going to pan out. The glowing orb is an ally. Can I make use of that somehow? No. But I can put down the banner of strength and just put it off to the side and let the skeletons have at it. So we're putting you onto the field. It'll be useful for the whole rest of the scenario. I just have to try not to let it get killed. Okay, great. We got attacks of +1. Hopefully the rest of the way through. Disha's done. Frozen Corpse is gone. Isone is up next. And that means the skeletons are going to get some boosts here. So first one comes up. Gets its an attack of 2. Let's see, what's the range? I'm pretty sure it's either 2 or 3. Yeah, range of 2. So this is an attack of 3. And the Rhymeheart, because it's regular at the moment, gets a shield of 2. Attack of 3 against shield of 2. Ooh, +1. We dealt 2 more damage. It's hurtin'. And the next skeleton, depending on how you do it, if I move 1 to there, we stop at the orb. 2 to there, we stop right next to them. Right, another attack of 3 against shield of 2. 1 damage is fine. It's hurtin'. And that's it for the summons. We are going to either curse them, and, oh yeah, we're doing this one because we wanted to give an ally an attack of 5. But we're going to do the Eternal Torment first, just because the darkness is useful, and we get to curse them again. So it's just an attack of 2. Let's see, I think each figure only gets it to one of their attacks each turn. It's no longer the skeleton's turn, it's now the Boneshaper's turn, so he can do it again. Attack of 3. Okay, 1 more damage. And now grant 1 ally +5. So I'll use the other skeleton than I used last time. Another experience from that is going to get an attack of 5. We ignore its normal stats, so the other of the 2 skeletons now attacks 5 against that shield of 2. A -2? Wow, okay, so 3, so it has 1 hit point left. It actually survived all of that. The +5 was my ace in the hole on that. And the rhyme still survived. Okay, Ison's done. Focused stabs from the living bones. So who's the target here? Well, I guess it would be the banner, but there's extra movement to get there, and it can get to the banner spear really fast. That said, it's 1-2 versus 1-2. Nope, Disha still wins that battle. So Disha, its attack with all attack, so attack of 2, it will push us away at least, but we are brittle. Do we have our armor back? We do, so this is at disadvantage. Oh boy, a bless and a curse. Woo, we got rid of their bless, and so dealt no damage and pushed us right up against the Rhymeheart, and now we've got all of our formation needs met. Can't do any further attacks. So that Ice Wraith, we get to do a shift change after all. It does heal itself for 1, it's not poisoned anymore. It's back to Elite, has a fly of 5, and it wants to attack at 2, but now it's attacking at melee range. So who are you attacking? Not Zane, it's the Banner Spear. So, attack of 2 against the Banner Spear. But we got another curse, haha! Okay, good for us, and now they're Elite again, so they've got their Retaliate back. Doesn't fire if they're dead. End of that round. Boy, I thought we had it. There's still a living bones to kill, though, but we've essentially had no damage to the glowing orb after that mistaken thing earlier on. Time to pick cards and be right back. Okay, still trying to end this mission. Let's go into the next round. Come on! We're starting to run pretty low on cards, too. Okay, good. We did manage to go really fast and get in front of the living bones, at least. Nothing special. What's that Ice Wraith doing? With the second card. Oh, no, they needed to shuffle. Shoot. What was the first card? Hasty Assault. So they're Elite again, which means they don't have range, so movement of 6, attack of 2 in melee, and it's going at 41. So before the living bones, but after the rest of us. Okay. So can we finish it off first? I still have a chance of getting the Deathwalker's attack on this living bones to work out eventually, finally. So what we are doing, we're going to use the Meat Grinder to get in position for a Resolved Courage attack to inflict the Immobilized status effect on that living bones. So move 3, we got the heal, yada yada yada. Guess we get an experience out of that too. So where do we want to move? Really, we only need to move up by 1, because then we can have the Banner Spear be our ally, and we attack the 3 spots, including where the living bones is. We don't hit the Rhymeheart. Oh well. Okay, so this is an attack of 3. I'm not going to do the Banner of Strength because I want the Deathwalker to get the final hit. So, attack of 3, that immobilizes. +0, so 2 damage. And I gotta click on that tiny bit. And immobilized. Okay, that's it for Disha. And I guess we can heal ourselves and get rid of that brittle. And be regenerating again. Yay. Okay, Ison goes. So now let's see if the skeletons can finish off Rhymeheart. Number 1 first. This is an attack of 2. It's Elite, so it's got Retaliate, but no shields. And only 2 hit points, so this is pretty good odds. Skeleton number 1 misses. Skeleton number 2 gets a +1. So our Boneshaper finishes off Rhymeheart, who was never counted among those things. But we got the boss, and that means a loot drops on the ice spikes. Where do I get the overlay tiles for that? Well, I put one out here earlier. Maybe someone can loot that, maybe they can't. Now, Ison proper, we've only got that one thing left. We're going to move 2, and we're going to poison Let's see. Actually, I don't need to move at all. I just have to have the Deathwalker in range to buff. Deathwalker is getting advantage, and the Living Bones is getting poisoned. Now we've got 2 status effects on it. Is there anything else we can do from that? Well, I guess I could give another ally a bonus, but don't go so fast that you make mistakes. Banner Spear already went, so next turn they'll still have it, just in case. Okay. I can let a summon have some extra movement, but no, I'll just have the Deathwalker attack again next turn. Ooh, okay. Zone is done. Now Zane, all you have to do is finish it off. It's the only thing left. What do you have? Yeah, I've been doing short rests, so don't have any boots left. We can... yes, we can Fluid Knight, so we can move the shadows up to 2 hexes. And I know there was one nearby. Oh, there's one underneath them. Okay. So I can attack as though I was in a space with the shadow. So I can probably attack if it's underneath them, but we're making sure. So we get an XP from that. Darkness is revitalized. Attack of 5. Okay, here's the big attack. Can we overwhelm it? So the poison makes it effectively a 6. And we've got advantage from the strength then. Ooh, okay, critical, so yeah, that's like 12. We have done it. We have looted the heck out of it. And yeah, if I hadn't moved the shadow, I could have jumped onto the hazard to loot one more time. Not going to mess around with it. So that means, yeah, Zane was the last one. Living Bones are dead. We end the round, and we win, finally. I'm sorry, that one took a long time to get through, but we finally got through it. Okay, tons of cleanup to do, but what was the thing we needed to do from the very beginning? At the end of that round, 168.3. Yep, nothing else in there, okay. Let me go find that section in the section book, and then we'll read it. Okay, here we are, 168. Section 3 is over on the side. The wraith disperses into the air, and the other creatures lingering in the area take flight, leaving you in peace. Without a sound, Voice of 8 materializes in front of the elemental array, and they position themselves around the device, chanting words of an ancient tongue. The sound of their 8 separate voices is eerie and beautiful, and it makes you wonder how much of their individualism they each gave up to sustain their existence. I thought all of it. A few minutes into the chant, the ice upon the array starts melting, and one of the Aethers steps forward, dissolving into a mist that envelops the contraption, making it glow from within. A few haunting minutes later, the Aether reforms and the rest fall silent. The anchor is the only thing still intact. Voice of 8 says collectively, we must find new elemental cores, at least 4 of them, and put them back into place, or this array will continue to be nothing more than a memory of ages past. We will search them out across the plains and return to you when we have devised a way to retrieve them. So we gain 2 metal and 2 lumber, and add 95.4 to the calendar in 6 weeks. Okay, so what I remember reading from that is you start counting from the X's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going into week 9, and it was 95 point... I think it was... Yep, 95.4. And then there's our 2 lumber and 2 metal. Still a ton more than we've got of hides, but hey, we've got something going on in week 9 now. Aha. Whew. Yeah, I know we've got stuff for the first winter going on as well, but week 5 we've got a ton of stuff. Excellent, excellent. Is that it for the scenario? I think it is. So, I'm going to do all the cleanup and stuff just off screen. I'm going to do it as part of the Outpost phase, which is now a completely separate sort of mini episode. That's only going to show up in the Frosthaven playlist. The main Wheel of Games is not going to have that. So, we defeated the Ice Wraith, got past the weird bug, and made everything function, hopefully, correctly. So, I'm doing side quests. Side quest completed. I'll see you in the next episode, whether it's the next board game or in the Outpost phase. So, until then, bye-bye.